it. Even though I'd have my rifle, I have to admit that I'd still be somewhat alarmed. It seems as though someone is being slaughtered, but many have said that the source of the sounds is only a mountain lion. Let's listen to it once more. What do you think would be the source of these screams? Unidentified creature. At the end of 2022, this clip was taken. The following unusual video was uploaded to the internet by a member of Reddit, and it appears to show something utterly bizarre outside his father's place of employment on a trail camera that was set up right against the woods. The video starts out looking rather regular, displaying a wooded path. However, it doesn't take long for this ordinary film to take a truly bizarre and unsettling turn. As you can see, a mysterious apparition, possibly two, may be seen strolling along the pathway in front of the trail camera. The thing is observed moving in a very unnerving way as it walks. There has been discussion in the comments of the post, but no rational answer has been offered. Nobody knows what the terrible footage actually shows. There was clearly some video here that nobody should have seen. Eerie giant figure. Humanoid walk, giant body, and long, heavy arms. Another legendary creature of all time was filmed strolling fearlessly on snowy ground. The video, after being posted, grabbed a lot of attention from internet users, as many took it as an alleged Sasquatch sighting. But since the video wasn't very clear, a few claimed it was actually a guy struggling to hike on the hill covered with snow, and was misunderstood for his strange walk. Really a Sasquatch, or just a misunderstanding? Any guesses from your side? Spooky werewolf. Have you ever been into the woods alone? Well, if not, then you must hold your breath, as this short clip will definitely stop you from doing so. Filmed at an undisclosed location, this footage shows a guy trying to get close to an animal to whom he thought was a grizzly bear. Right at that moment, the beast started running toward him, and the video suddenly ended there, leaving everyone questioning about the beast. There is a possibility of a werewolf sighting, as upon looking at the huge appearance, the creature didn't seem like a bear to me. Creepy skinwalker. It's not always Bigfoot lurking from behind one of the trees, but sometimes there are many other odd beings waiting for us. A couple, while driving in the middle of a forest, decided to stop their car to investigate the animal making weird noises. However, they were left baffled after watching this. From behind one of the bushes, a creepy figure emerged and crossed the bushy path by crawling on its bent legs. Although it was not visible due to the dark, due to its pale, skinny body, it was assumed to be a skinwalker that mostly came out at night to spook the passerby. Mysterious black shadow. Almost a decade back in April, a man filming his own horror movie set up a prop ritual circle in Tennessee's woods. The next day, after returning back to that place, he found a mysterious dark figure standing exactly at that spot. At first, he thought it was some kind of an illusion, but suddenly, the figure that appeared to have a head and body moved slightly back and forth. He just filmed the peculiar shape from a distance and decided to leave as he was scared of the unknown figure. For some, it was a person with a costume on, while others just debunked it by calling it a fallen tree that resembled a human body. If any of you know more details about it, please let us know. Rake crawling in woods. A bizarre trail cam footage quickly went viral as it claimed to show an eerie figure in the middle of the woods. Recorded somewhere in an unrevealed place, the video took a normal start, but then the actual oddity entered the frame from the left side. Crawling on all its fours was an eerie creature that could be seen rambling through the woods, just like a huge, bulky animal. However, the way it stopped and looked around didn't match any animal's traits. Since the footage was recorded from a distance, it's hard to say exactly what could be the creature, but many are speculating it to be the horrific, urban, legendary Rake. Mysterious Dogman. Why does it always try to hide behind the trees? Filmed at some other place 2 years back, another hybrid of a human and a dog was seen walking through the dense trunks. Moving slowly behind the trees, the dark, hairy creature looked even scarier after it opened its snout. Yet its frightening features became more visible after it looked directly into the camera and then suddenly disappeared back into the woods. Where it came from and where it went is still a mystery. However, this video is clear evidence of the Dogman's existence. Strange alien sticks. Not a Dogman or a Bigfoot. This time, a trail cam got a chance to film something completely otherworldly. Filmed at an unknown location is a strange white figure with incomplete facial features and without any hands, which entered the frame and could be seen walking accurately on its long, weird legs. Then another creature with the same features popped out at some distance and started walking in the same direction. Moving their flawed bodies on the odd extended legs, both the unidentified creatures swiftly passed the camera. Although nothing much is known about these unknown walking objects, to me, they looked like marching alien sticks that mysteriously appeared and disappeared into the woods. Strange humanoid in woods. This footage, recorded 2 years back in Oregon woods, has its own reason to be strange, as it opens with the appearance of a strange black humanoid that can be seen walking effortlessly through the snowy ground and disappearing behind the dense group of pine trees. At first, it was assumed to be a man passing through the woods, but humans are not able to walk accurately on the snowy surface, and also, its huge bulky look doesn't match human features. Although local authorities have declared it was an alleged Bigfoot sighting. However, it's still yet to be confirmed whether it was actually a Bigfoot or any other humanoid beast wandered through that day. Eagle and fox. Normally, eagles target smaller animals, but today is a different story, as a gigantic eagle soars in an attempt to catch this evading mammal. The fox is attempting to flee, but the eagles are simply too swift and strong. In the end, the eagle triumphs, serving as a stark reminder of the animal kingdom's ruthlessness and the principle of survival of the fittest. Wandering squirrel. Changing the tone a bit to a more intriguing trail cam capture, this trail camera captured a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. As you can see, a squirrel is perusing the woodland floor, likely in search of something to eat, when unexpectedly, a hawk soars straight for a squirrel. Just in time, the squirrel discerns what is happening. The hawk sees what's going on, avoids the attack, and manages to flee unharmed. The hawk then crashes into a tree. It is still unknown where the squirrel is today, but we're confident that it is fine. And as for that hawk, well, he also flies away relatively unharmed. A scary camouflage. This is another case of someone's trail cam unintentionally picking up something that looks like it's coming straight out of the nightmare world. Sure, it may be the hunter decked out in camouflage, sneaking around trying to catch something in stealth mode. Unusual behavior. Most people think that wild cats are all dangerous and killing machines, but you might change your mind after seeing this picture. But still, there is a chance that the cat is just waiting and deciding which deer to kill first. However, seeing how chill the deer are, we can think otherwise too. A beach ball lover. Deer often use their antlers for defensive purposes, but sometimes they use them to carry stuff, like this deer who has a ball between his antlers. But whether this was done intentionally or by accident is still unknown, though the deer does look like it's enjoying it a lot. Bernie Sanders. Is that Bernie Sanders wearing mittens sitting in a chair? Or is some otherworldly being captured by the trail cam? Because the way it's sitting so calmly with wild cats and what looks like a wolf around him is something not a normal human being can do. Don't you think so? 2 lovebirds. Ever wondered what cats do in the middle of the night when their owners are asleep? Well, apparently, they like to meet up with their significant others and have a romantic encounter under the stars. Just ask these two, who are seemingly kissing like teenagers in love. An owl on prowl. They say owls are wise and peaceful, but as you can see on this trail camera footage, they can be fearless predators too. Take this owl, who was about to sink its sharp talons on the back of this poor, unsuspecting deer. The forest can be quite the battlefield, huh? A deer cult. Were these deer just having their dinner? Or were they onto something mysterious? Because the way their eyes are glowing, it looks like they're very angry over their meeting being disturbed. Good thing it was just a camera, because if it was a human there, I don't think that something good could have happened to him. Unusual hunters. Usually, we see hunters posing with their hunts, not living animals, but these two decided to not shoot the buck as it was very friendly towards them. Being so calm and casually approaching the humans, the animal made them realize that they can just be friends, and this picture is a testament to what an astounding friendship they've developed. A little critter. Is that a raccoon? Or maybe some other animal? But that devilish smile and the eyes looking straight into the camera make this picture cutely creepy. We have no idea what was going on in that little being's mind, but it wasn't something good at least. A skinwalker. Is that a deer? Or maybe it's two deers. But two deer can't really mix into each other like that, can they? When this picture was uploaded on the internet, the man whose trail cam took it claimed that it was a skinwalker. And the more we look at it, the more we start to agree with him. A spooky kid. So this might just be some kid roaming the woods at night for no apparent reason. Maybe he sleptwalked out of his home. But the fact that his eyes are glowing bright makes this one spooky snap. And there's also a chance that this might not be a real kid, but a ghost too.
A death march. It was an ordinary day for the commuters in Boston until something bizarre caught their attention. In the middle of a busy road, a group of turkeys were circling around a dead cat. The strange sight was captured on video, and it left many people puzzled. Why were the turkeys behaving this way? Was it some kind of ritual, a warning? Some people believe that animals have a heightened sense of the supernatural and can see things that humans cannot. Could this be one of those instances? The mystery remains unsolved. A survival battle. Get ready for the ultimate scavenger showdown. In a remote area of Montana, a bald eagle and a coyote are caught on camera going head-to-head over a deer carcass. Despite the coyote's size advantage, the bald eagle's massive wingspan gives it an edge. The intense battle between these two skilled predators is like a game of chess, with each one trying to outsmart the other. In the end, the coyote snatches the juiciest piece of meat and makes a run for it, leaving the bald eagle to enjoy the rest of its hard-earned meal. A peace-loving animal. A bunch of tourists were out in the woods minding their own business when they stumbled upon a massive orangutan. Now let's face it, most of us would freak out at the sight of a wild ape. But this one was a real chill dude. It just sat there taking in the scenery before giving some major side-eye to the group. Then, like a true model, it picked out one lucky tourist and followed them around for a bit, striking a pose like it was on the cover of National Geographic. Who knew orangutans had such an eye for fashion? Ninja rats. This trail cam entry stars these ninja rats. They're small rodents that can be found in the desert, hopping around like kangaroos. But don't underestimate them just because of their size. When they're out searching for food, snakes might come after them, thinking they're an easy meal. But these ninja rats are ready to fight back. With their big legs and lightning-fast reflexes, they can easily kick a snake out of the way. So snakes better watch out because these little guys are not to be messed with. 9. A bear in pursuit of food. Bears are not to be underestimated, especially when they're ravenous in a pursuit of food. Their sheer size and power can make them formidable predators, capable of going to great lengths to satisfy their hunger. In this chilling video, we witness a bear relentlessly chasing down a smaller animal, its eyes fixed with an unwavering hunger. As the bear closes in on its prey, the small creature is overcome by the sheer size and strength of the predator. Suddenly, the scene becomes even more terrifying as another massive bear appears. overpowering the first bear and trying to snatch away the beacon from its mouth. The desperate first bear runs off into the distance with its prey in its mouth. But the true horror of encountering a bear in the wild is not just in their size and ferocity. It's also in the gut-wrenching sound they make when hunting or defending their territory. The low growls and guttural grunts can make even the bravest of souls tremble with fear. Imagine being alone in the woods at night with nothing but the sound of rustling leaves and ominous growling of a bear getting closer and closer. The hair on the back of your neck stands up as you realize there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. It's just you and the relentless predator, hunger driving it to pursue you with an insatiable thirst for flesh. Lynx take on coyote. The forest at night can be a very scary place, especially when you're all alone. The howling of coyotes, the hooting of owls, and the rustling of leaves in the wind can send shivers down anyone's spine. For the animals that live in the forest, this is just their normal way of life. One such animal is the coyote, a fierce predator that roams the forest in search of prey. However, even a predator as strong as the coyote can fall victim to the dangers of the forest. On one such night, a lone coyote was making its way through the forest when suddenly a lynx attacked it. The lynx was quick and deadly, and it managed to sink its sharp claws and teeth into the coyote's flesh. The coyote yelped in pain, but it managed to fight back with all its might. It knew that if it didn't defend itself, it would end up becoming the lynx's meal. Despite the lynx's ferocity, the coyote was able to escape after inflicting some damage to the lynx with its powerful jaws. The coyote knew it was stronger in a group, so it ran as fast as it could to find its pack. As it ran through the forest, the coyote's heart was pounding with fear. It knew that other predators were lurking in the darkness, waiting to pounce on their next victim. The coyote's survival instincts were on high alert, and it kept scanning the surrounding area for any sign of danger. Scary human-like creature footage. The footage captured by this trail cam is like nothing anyone has ever seen before. It has sparked debates and discussions among many, with some calling it a hoax, while others are shaking in fear. The creature in the video is humanoid in shape, with 2 legs and 2 arms, but moves with an unsettling fluidity reminiscent of a wild animal. Its head is shaped like that of a pig, and its hands and feet resemble those of the notorious clangers, known for their frightening appearance. As the creature reaches for its food, its movements are accompanied by a series of guttural noises that send shivers down the spine. It's almost as if the creature is aware of its surroundings and knows it's being watched. The sight of this strange and terrifying creature is enough to make even the bravest of individuals question their safety. What is this creature, and where did it come from? Is it a previously undiscovered species, or a monster from our nightmares? The video has sent shockwaves through the scientific community, and many are eager to learn more about this mysterious being. This footage has the power to leave even the toughest skeptic questioning what might be lurking in the shadows, and it serves as a chilling reminder of the unknown horrors that might exist in our world.
A creepy doll. Once a man was in the forest gathering some logs when he stumbled upon something peculiar. We're not exactly sure what was going through his mind, but he ended up picking up this eerie doll and taking it back to his home. To make matters even more bizarre, he even decided to record the doll while it was doing who knows what. If it were me, I wouldn't even dream of doing something like that. Not even in a million years. A mutated spider. If you think giant mutated spiders are only in the sci-fi movies, you think wrong, and this video will show you how. People in Ragasnika were shocked when one morning they saw this giant spider crawling across this hill. Luckily, it was far away from the population, so no one got harmed. But the most mysterious part is that the spider just vanished in a few minutes. Where did it go? No one knows. A scary smile. Let me give you some advice. If you're out late at night and see a tunnel on the way, it's better to turn your car around and drive as far away from the tunnel as possible, because if you don't, something like this might be waiting for you inside. This creature with the creepiest smile possible was waiting at the entrance, and whatever happened to the people, we'll never get to know because the video just ended there. An unknown insect. Okay, so what comes into your mind when you first see it? Me, being dumb, thought it was the grass walking, but it turns out to be some kind of insect, a very tiny one. Though the man who uploaded it didn't happen to have any kind of information about it, and the thing was just as unusual to him as it is to all of us. But let us know if you guys have any info on this one. A spooky creature. This hairless creature was discovered by a group of plantation workers. It had small ears, no tail, and a bald, brownish-gray body with sharp claws. The workers were frightened by its odd appearance and believed it was a supernatural entity coming to haunt them. They attacked the creature, but afterward, specialists in nature explained that it was an uncommon Malayan sun bear. The workers were rebuked for their harsh behavior, and the bear was relocated to its natural habitat in the woods. A creature in the woods. As the videographer was recording a moose by the side of the road in Gaspésie, Quebec, Canada, they noticed an oddity in the footage. Although the moose was initially the only thing in view, the viewer became curious about a strange figure on the back left of the video. The clip gained a lot of attention online, and many people made guesses about what the enigmatic figure could be, ranging from supernatural beings to extraterrestrial life forms. The question of what could be hiding in the Quebec wilderness remains unanswered, causing people to wonder.
A child and mysterious mother. Russia, a land steeped in history and mystery, has now become the setting for bizarre and unsettling trail cam footage. A child levitating in midair while her mother watches on, laughing. It's the stuff of nightmares that horror movies warn us about. But this spine-chilling encounter was no work of fiction. The person who captured this mind-boggling scene had no choice but to witness the inexplicable sight, making a hasty retreat as their dog sensed something amiss. Is this a case of clever camera tricks? Or could there be a far more astonishing explanation? Some speculate about aliens in disguise, while others wonder if Russia might be involved in a secret meta-human project. A haunted house. Get ready for this spine-chilling tale that will send shivers down your spine. Meet Leonardo, whose haunting experiences in his mother's house will leave you on the edge of your seat. Suspecting a ghostly presence for years, he decided to take matters into his own hands and installed a fixed camera to capture the inexplicable. The footage revealed hair-raising movements, the oven opening and shutting, and cooking utensils thrown by an invisible force. As he bravely faced the manifestation, a shadowy figure moved across the room, leaving Leonardo undeterred. But the terror escalated as a pale face appeared from behind the wall. Unmistakably a female spirit. The ongoing investigation has Leonardo documenting every chilling encounter as the evidence keeps piling up. Wildlife drama unveiled. Hold your breath for a wildlife encounter caught by the trail camera. In this clip, we're transported to the untamed world of a group of graceful elks, quietly grazing in their natural habitat. But amidst their tranquility, a subtle shift in the air alerts us to an impending danger. With keen senses, one elk detects an unfamiliar scent, triggering a chain reaction of unease. In a display of unity, the herd reacts to her alarm call, fleeing to safety just before the arrival of a lurking lion. As we replay this stunning sequence, we're left awestruck by the elk nearest to us, who remains calm despite sensing the predator. Mystery of the frozen birds. Now we jet off to sunny Florida, where a seemingly ordinary day takes an extraordinary turn. A resident captures a scene of a flock of birds soaring in the sky, their silhouettes against the vibrant blue canvas. But hold on, as he zooms in, the spectacle morphs into something truly uncanny. The birds aren't just flying, they're suspended in midair like feathered statues, frozen in time. For these agile flyers, hovering without constant wing flapping is a feat unknown in the world of avian acrobatics. Is this a real-life glitch in the Matrix? A moment when nature itself hits the pause button?
Scary encounter. It's not always the unearthly creatures that scare people, but sometimes ordinary creatures can do this for us too. Just like this.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
While filming his cycling skills after setting a camera nearby, This 15-year-old boy has no idea about the upcoming danger, as after passing through the camera, he could be seen coming back. Yet this time, he was quite terrified as to avoid something really scary. And then appeared a monster-sized black bear, making its way right toward the boy. However, he worked smartly and started shouting and used his bicycle to look bigger to scare the beast. Luckily, his trick worked, as the bear could be seen running away. Black bears attack. It is extremely rare to capture a predation event of any kind within the small frame of a trap camera, but this wildlife trap recorded the predation of a wild piglet by a young female black bear as she attacked a pack of pigs wallowing in an upland spring. After getting inside the deadly mouth of the bear, the tiny piglet could be heard screaming painfully. The ear-piercing call alerted its mother, who returned to wrench her offspring from the jaws of death. It is unclear whether she was successful in this rescue attempt or not, as in the end, all the animals disappeared from the camera's view. Lion invasion. With so much weird and disturbing wild content on the internet, this would definitely be the scariest one, as it shows a couple of terrified campers who stepped out of their tent and on their way back found a curious lion moving in and out of their only shelter in the wild. While taking refuge inside their car, they managed to film the ferocious predator stealing their stuff and taking it to the jungle. After a few hours of prison, they came out of their car to collect their items that had been scattered all around the golden bushes.
A mischievous sheep. Have you ever gone fishing and felt like you were completely at one with nature? Well, that's exactly what this fisherman felt. As he was peacefully catching fish by the water, a sheep lurking behind him had other plans. The sheep hit the poor fisherman so hard in the back that he fell straight into the water. And to add insult to injury, the sheep was all ready for round 2. Moral of the story, you never know what kind of trouble might be lurking behind you, even when you're just trying to enjoy a peaceful fishing trip. A brave mother. Did you see the video of the mother wolf and her cubs? It's amazing. After the snowmelt caused a flood, the mother had to move her babies out of the den to keep them from drowning. The footage from a trail cam shows the mother bravely carrying all 7 of her little ones to safety. It's so heartwarming to see how fiercely she protected them, even risking her own life. It just goes to show you that a mother's love knows no bounds. A dancing deer. This trail camera caught a deer just enjoying its day in the forest without a care in the world. It was prancing around almost like it was dancing, and it was a joy to watch. The deer continued to frolic for a few minutes before eventually returning to its herd. We're so lucky that we were able to capture this happy moment on camera. It's pretty amazing to watch these animals enjoying their freedom out in the wild, right? Monkeys. At the beginning of the video, you see a group of them wandering up to a trail camera, and they're clearly very curious. One brave monkey even gets right up in front of the camera to get a closer look. After a little while, they start to play with each other, climbing and jumping around, but then suddenly they all scatter out of view. It turns out they weren't just playing, they were trying to steal the camera. We can see someone's trying to move the camera. These monkeys are definitely up to no good. The glowing jellyfish. Have you seen the latest video from the deep under the sea? It's mind-blowing. It features a species of comb jelly that appears to be glowing with multiple colored lights. The video captures a rainbow light show that's simply mesmerizing. But how is this even possible, you ask? Well, it turns out that the comb jelly uses its cilia, the tiny hair-like structures on its body, to create this magical display. As the cilia move, they scatter light in different directions, creating a stunning display of colors.
Dark forest figure. Instances such as this display how dangerously skilled these figures are in hiding from everyone that passes by. While casually flying a drone somewhere deep in the Salt Fork Park in Ohio, the camera was able to spot a dark figure hiding in the thickets of the trees. It looks to have dark skin, or perhaps a piece of clothing that looks to be exceptionally tall. The mysterious figure can be seen standing idly by, with its posture towards the drone, almost as if it's waiting for the drone to pass away. The drone pilot didn't notice the unusual sighting until reviewing the footage. Unknown animal in tree. Although this may have the closest resemblance to that of an animal, it certainly does not behave or structurally look to be one. A family, while passing through the streets of Acapulco, Mexico, bumped into this unrecognizable animal. According to one of the family members, this animal struck their car after appearing suddenly from the trees, and then it attempted to hide in a bush over a higher ground. As they followed it to investigate, they managed to start recording the incident, showing moments when this unknown animal that was hiding in the bushes stepped out into the open to completely escape in the trees while using the dark to its advantage. Mysterious howler. Either this is the case of a giant or a Bigfoot hidden deep in the woods. A trucker, while being parked at a rest stop in Oregon along Route 97, suddenly started to hear loud, howling sounds coming from outside of the woods nearby. Just by focusing on the nature of its voices, one can know that its source is something much bigger and stronger than any known animal, which also made it quite terrifying. More drivers and nearby gas stations also reported hearing these sounds. With rumors of several giant gorilla-like animals in these areas, many believe that this is the roar of a Bigfoot or a similar being. Bizarre wall entity. Surely such an insane person would lock themselves up, which proves that this could be an interdimensional being. A Reddit user, Omolro, uploaded this footage where two men who were exploring a cave system hidden underneath the trees in Jordan's Dibine Forest Reserve when they heard the presence of something behind the rock. To investigate, they moved a few of the rocks by the entrance and discovered a walled entity on the other side, having its face covered in brown. The two men immediately began religious incantations for spiritual protection against this possible supernatural entity. Many locals believe that this could be either a ghost or a jinn. Stalking skeleton. Judging by the body language of this skeleton, someone definitely put it up to this. A man was riding out on his horse by the trail road in the countryside of Montana when he noticed a moving skeleton that was hiding behind a tree while keeping a close eye on him, as if it were stalking him. It would look at the recorder and then quickly hide, revealing it to be a case of a possessed skeleton. As the video found its way to the internet, several speculations started, from it being a scared alien to a demonic creature that was up to something sinister. Creature hanging downward. Although this may look like a carcass of a bat, if not a sloth, the author of the video said otherwise. A couple who happened to be strolling in a park in New York City noticed the body of an unfamiliar-looking animal that was hanging downward from a branch over 12 meters from the ground. Initially, it was believed to be a sloth or a bat, until park officials reported it to not be the case. Before the carcass could be removed, multiple waves of crows and other scavengers feasted upon it until the remains disappeared. Unusually tall monkey. At first, this may seem like your average type of monkey, until you see it in person. Eyewitnesses reported seeing a monkey as tall as 12 feet to be strolling past the trees in Michigan's Green area. Apart from it having such a height, this chimpanzee moves using only 2 of its hind legs, just as if it were human. Although it is known to remain solo and has never shown any aggressive or predatory behavior before, authorities have advised residents and curious visitors to avoid visiting any of its pathways. After all, no one would certainly want to see what it's like being pissed. Rescued wolf. Dealing with the ultimate danger, this guy deserved all the appreciation for rescuing a frustrated wolf after it got trapped. Taking a stroll in an open field, the dude spotted a wolf stuck in the foothold trap who was in dire need of help. Immediately coming to save the poor animal, the man used a catch pole to control it. But not in a mood to cooperate, it took several attempts for him to relax the tensed animal. And then, finally releasing his foot from the trap, though the boy saved the timber wolf, it did not realize it and kept sitting till the end of the video. Floating light. Here we have a man's trail camera, which he had set up in the woods to capture wild animals. And though it did capture them, it also caught a mysterious object floating in the sky. Look here, when the camera captured a luminous sphere right behind the deer grazing. Staying in the camera's sight for a few minutes, the mysterious object then disappeared in the sky. But continuously moving, the glowing circle got the spectators on edge as they tried to figure out what it could be. Could it be aliens trying to reach the Earth? Or do you have a better explanation for it? Let me know. Sasquatch on stroll. Taking a morning walk in the woods of Maine, the man did not have any idea that he had also got a companion strolling along with him. Making a vlog and talking about the deep woods tracks and the wild animals present there, it was right before the dude shifted his camera that the alleged Sasquatch was captured standing still beside a tall tree, probably stalking or just hiding from the man. The Yeti did not even move a limb the whole time the camera was on it. But because the man did not notice the horrid figure on the spot, he only got a glimpse of it. Ghostly shadow. Living in the middle of the dark forest, the man had been spotting a strange shadow in his backyard. Therefore, after several appearances, he decided to follow it this time. Waiting for it on the other side, it was when he shifted that he spotted a huge shadow between the trees. It was a huge, slightly distorted shadow that was caught walking in the woods and left the people in shock as they considered it one of the most convincing evidence of an apparition captured. Snowy Bigfoot. Standing in the middle of nowhere, a group of explorers spotted this bizarre bipedal creature walking down the mountain. It had a huge body all covered in thick black hair. With a few claiming it to be another hiker walking on the mountain, onlookers stated that the creature was not wearing any snowshoes. Therefore, the examiners revealed that walking on the snow slope without any visible support would be impossible for a human. And the fact that it covered such a long distance in only a few seconds, right when the camera recorded the broad view, left the people stunned. Because, well, again, walking with such fast speed in snow is a hard task to do for any person. It's time for today's open discussion. A man heard some strange noises coming from his backyard, and going out to see what's happening, he did not capture anything in the woods present near his house. But it's when he shifts his camera that he spots the cryptid. With his back towards him, it felt like the creature was trying to take a big leap to reach the rooftop. Scared but trying to get rid of the creep outside his house, the man tossed a stick towards it, and then, turning around to see the man, not in a mood to react, the creature jumped on the roof, climbed it, and ran towards the other side. Though it is not known where it went, the camera captured it again, this time running on a road. But the huge size got the spectators thinking if it was really the exact creeper, or if some other creature had been wandering in their area. Someone scary. The figure in this picture is obviously wearing either a really long coat or a gown. It's also hard to tell if you can make out a face or if it's just the leaves creating a pattern. The figure is rather tall as well, making it extra terrifying thinking about the potential that you could run into this in the woods. A moose. This moose may seem like a normal moose, but looking into its eyes, you can see it's much more terrifying. He looks as though he's either possessed or just very, very angry. Either way, this photo reminds us just how much we don't want to run into a moose while walking around alone in the woods at night. Unknown scary being. Whoever these eyes might belong to is a rather creepy thing to think about. The creature looks as though it knows that there is a camera there, and that it might be pleading for help, as it seems rather terrified. It's probably another innocent deer, running from a terrifying supernatural being. God knows what might have happened to it after. A helpless deer. If you're a big fan of deer, you probably hate today's list by now. It seems that they get the most abuse from threatening animals and creatures in the forest. Why can't they attack spiders or other gross bugs and animals? It's almost as if the wolves wanted you to see them eat it, as a reminder of just how cruel the forest is to deer. An unknown animal. This picture is absolutely heart-stopping. It is very unclear as to what this creature could possibly be. At first, you might just assume it's a bear cub, but the arms appear much too long, and the lack of the rest of the bear cubs around it suggests otherwise. Well, whatever it may be, we don't want to know. Goatman. According to urban legend, Goatman is a creature resembling a goat-human hybrid, and, well, this picture captured by a trail cam shows exactly that. The legend has it that Goatman came from a DNA experiment done, and we did not really believe it until we saw this picture. Now, there is a chance that the goat might not just be a legend. Joker. For those of you thinking it is a joke, it certainly is not. This picture was taken by a camera a few years back, and guess what? There were mysterious murderers happening in the area then. As soon as the picture was uploaded, people were quick to come to the conclusion that this might be the culprit. However, the mystery was never solved, nor the man ever caught. An unusual bond. A husky and a buck, not two creatures you'd find being so lovey-dovey, but this trail cam showed how anything is possible, and how we might never know what exactly is going on in the wild. And this dog apparently used to run away from her home just to be with the deer and spend some quality time together. Some magic trick. We don't know if Ty Deer is the magician itself, or maybe it's the assistant of a magician, because the way it is all in the hat-like thing, with just its head popping out, reminds us of a magician and their tricks. Or maybe the deer is just behind the thing and it looks like it's in it. What do you think? A mysterious animal. Is that a wolf? A coyote? Or is that what we think it is? A chupacabra. Considered as a fearsome but non-existent creature, they are the scariest of all. And what if this is a real one? What if they are real? Because the hunched back and the other things are pointing to the fact that it might just be one. Someone undiscovered. A mystery animal spotted in the Rio Grande Valley left Texas park officials and the general public stumped. The furry, short and stout, four-legged creature was caught on footage from the trail cam of a park visitor while walking at night. And after months and months of investigation, no one could tell what it was. A piggyback. There's no way that this raccoon would be able to reach the food without a little help, so he decided to take a ride on the back of this boar. Who knew that raccoons and pigs made such great allies in the animal kingdom? And how exactly do they tell each other what kind of help they need, and then come up with an agreement? Dogman. On May 21st, security cameras inside a perimeter fence at a zoo captured a strange image. The creature in the picture seemed like a human, but then it looked like a dog too. People said that it could be the famous Dogman, as the chances of a human being there in a zoo is close to zero. Even though the officials tried investigating, the mystery remained unsolved. An offended deer. And this fox might have really made the deer make such a bold move. Usually, deer are peaceful animals, minding their own business. But when the time comes, they can be as fierce as any other animal. And this picture just proves that.
Creepy forest figure. In an Indonesian forest, locals stumbled upon a horrifying sight. A figure wrapped in cloth, standing motionless. According to local beliefs, it could be the soul of a dead person trapped in their shroud, known as a Pokemon. This belief is deeply rooted in Indonesian culture and folklore, adding to the mystery and fear surrounding the site. The video captured the figure's ghostly appearance, with its eyes peering intensely into the surroundings. Witnesses were both in awe and concern as they encountered what they believed to be an ancient ghostly entity. The floating cat. A home security camera captured bizarre paranormal activity as a cat floated in midair and moved across the bed. These occurrences are often attributed to poltergeists, entities known for their mischievous behavior. The video showcases an unsettling encounter that leaves the homeowners pondering the presence of supernatural forces in their residence. Such encounters raise questions about the boundaries between the physical and the metaphysical, reminding us of the unexplained mysteries that surround us. Glowing eyes. An individual in a secluded Pennsylvania cabin captured an unsettling sight on their phone camera, a pair of gleaming eyes staring back at them. The shadowy figure's demonic glare added to the eerie experience, leaving the witness to wonder about the mysterious entity lurking in the darkness. This unnerving encounter raises questions about the unknown creatures that might exist beyond our understanding. Ghostly happenings in the attic. A hidden camera captured eerie happenings in an attic. Chairs mysteriously moved on their own, and a wooden horse toy began rocking without explanation. The chilling footage points towards possible ghostly activity, leaving the residents unnerved by the haunting occurrences in their home. The phenomenon may be attributed to residual energy or lingering spirits, which are common explanations for unexplainable happenings. Cougar encounter. While on an early morning jog in Provo, Utah, Kyle Burgess thought he spotted a baby bobcat on the trail. To capture the moment, he began recording with his phone, only to discover it was a baby cougar. Suddenly, the mother cougar appeared, and what followed was a tense 6-minute standoff.
Oh. No!
Kyle attempted to scare the animal away by making loud noises and appearing large. Fortunately, the cougar eventually retreated, allowing Kyle to retrieve his phone safely.
Someone behind the tree. This video was recorded by a group of friends who were looking for ghosts and other unusual beings they thought that would be present there. And that's exactly what they happened to come across. They were hearing strange noises, and when they went deeper into the forest to investigate, they saw a weird creature staring at them from behind the tree. As soon as they spotted it, it disappeared.
Oh shit. My God.
A black thing. A weird black smoke-like being is what appears in this video, and this happened when an arrest was going on in Florida. Neither the police officers nor the other man had any idea about it. They remained oblivious to the thing, but the guy recording it was surely freaked out. Scary deer. This weird image was captured by a trail camera in 2022, and what we see here is a deer with scary mutations. Was this a result of some scary experiments going on with animals, or was this just some natural mutation? Nobody knows. Ghost Man. A glowy figure which appeared to have a white cloth on is what we see in this picture. But who was he? What was he doing so late at night, so deep in the woods? Nobody could tell, and people couldn't help but think that it was a ghost, as there was no way a human could wander off alone in that place at night. 3 eyes. It might look like a normal trail cam captured photo, but when you see it closely, you will see 3 glowing eyes on the left. But last time I checked, there was no animal with 3 eyes. But then, what was it? An alien or a ghost? Do let us know what you guys think. Panther. To some, it looked like a black panther, and to others, it looked like a ghostly vampire panther with such long fangs. It could be just a normal panther, but then how do we explain the glowy thing with it? It's surely a weird photo captured by the camera at the weirdest time possible. A ghost kid. Look closely and you will find a kid walking around in the woods in this picture. When the man uploaded it on Facebook, he was asking others if anyone knew who the kid was, and surprisingly, no one did. The kid's presence and identity remained unknown forever, leaving everyone until today to wonder who it was and what happened there. A giant. It looks like a giant with a sharp weapon or something in his hand, walking as if it's finding prey to kill and eat. But wait, giants aren't real, right? Or maybe they are. Maybe we just don't know much about them. With so many weird things happening, anything can be possible. A weird deer. While a man was busy recording a deer who appeared to be scared of him at first, but then suddenly stopped, as if it was scared of something, and then turned back and went hopping away beside the man. He was all confused, just like anyone would be. But then he saw something that scared him too. A deer emerged from the bushes with a deformed neck. Or was it a skinwalker? Because that's what most people said. An angel. This incredible video was taken in Jakarta, Indonesia on September 11, 2011. You can see a radiant winged being that looks like an angel descending from the sky and touching down on the ground before taking off again. When people saw this video, they started calling the figure the Angel of Jakarta. Some people even thought it might be a guardian angel sent down. However, there's always a chance that this might be fake. A strange woman. In 2016, a strange video surfaced online showing a woman shopping at a mall. Suddenly, an item falls behind her, and she puts it back on the shelf. Then she starts acting weirdly, as if something is controlling her. She drops her shopping and writhes on the floor, screaming loudly. Her screams even push the onlookers away. As the man in black tries to hold her down, the woman calms down, but then lets out a final scream, which makes objects in the store move and the security camera flicker. A mystery light. This video was filmed by a guy from Mexico. Some people who have watched it are saying it's one of the most clear sightings of a UFO ever caught on camera. Against a totally dark sky, you can see a weird blue circle that looks like it's morphing into different shapes. Apparently, this man had this strange thing hovering over his house for about a half an hour before it vanished. What do you think it might be? A waterbender. Have you seen this video that's been going viral lately? It's really interesting. Nobody knows where it's from, but it seems to have been filmed in Africa. In the video, a group of people are gathered around a woman standing in the water, and it looks like some sort of ritual is taking place. But then something crazy happens. All of a sudden, the water recedes super fast, and the bay is completely dry where others are standing. People freaked out and said that the shaman caused the water to shift using some kind of divine power. But nothing was ever explained by anyone. A witch. A bizarre figure dressed in white was spotted standing directly under the window of a house where the mother and her baby had been only moments before. It appeared as though the figure knew where the family was located. The incident left the woman feeling shaken and terrified, with no logical explanation for what had just happened. Some say it was a witch, while others think it was something else. Still, it remains a mystery. A levitating creature. Whether it was an extraterrestrial being or simply an optical illusion, this video is fascinating to watch. A large group of individuals gathered to witness this bizarre creature, which appeared to be levitating in mid-air while wearing wings on its arms and feet. Although it resembled a mermaid or an alien, it actually looked more like a boy. However, the reality behind the levitation was not as mysterious as it seemed. In fact, it was just a simple trick involving thin strings that helped the individual hover in the air. A UFO. A pilot was on his usual routine, flying a plane from one city to another. But what he did not know was that he was about to come across a sight he had ever imagined, a UFO. Now, for those of you thinking it was just a balloon, those don't fly forwards, they go upwards. And also, balloons do not have this kind of speed. So, nope, that wasn't a balloon. To me, it totally looks like a UFO. A wild bear scratching himself on a tree. This video is incredible. Captured in the heart of the forest, as the video begins, we see the bear scratching himself on a tree in the forest. The bear is completely oblivious to the camera, and he continues to go about his business, rubbing and scratching against the tree trunk. The bear is a magnificent creature, and as he scratches, we can see just how powerful and muscular he is. His fur ruffles and his muscles flex with each movement, and it's truly awe-inspiring to see him in his natural habitat, going about his daily routine. The bear's movements are graceful yet powerful, and as he continues to scratch, we can see the intricate details of his fur, from the shiny black tips of his hair to the soft downy undercoat. The bear's fur is more than just a protective layer. It's also an essential part of his survival, providing him with insulation from the elements and helping to regulate his body temperature. But it's not just the bear that makes this video so remarkable. The forest itself is a beautiful, thriving ecosystem. And as the bear scratches, we can see just how vital and alive it is. The lush vegetation surrounding the bear is simply breathtaking, with tall trees, green leaves, and fluttering butterflies adding to the serene beauty of the scene. This video is a reminder of the incredible beauty and diversity of the natural world. It's not often that we get to see a black bear up close like this, and it's a truly unique and special experience. Terrifying forest creature. The footage begins with a bone-chilling soundscape of the forest, evoking memories of horror films that send shivers down your spine. The viewer is then jolted by a startling image as a dark figure whips past the camera in a blur, leaving an ominous feeling in its wake. The forest, once peaceful and serene, has become a place of terror and unease, plagued by the eerie cries of an unknown creature that pierce the air both day and night. Its haunting presence leaves one feeling on edge and afraid of what might lurk in the shadows. Mystery forest entity captured. The camera pans out, revealing the ominous and peaceful darkness of the forest. The only auditory sensation is the rhythmic chirping of crickets. Suddenly, an apparition emerges from the shadows, presenting itself as a being unlike anything previously encountered. This mysterious entity boasts a pale head resembling something from an extraterrestrial realm. Its form is humanoid, with facial features that almost resemble humanity, yet there's an eerie aura that sets it apart. As the creature approaches, it becomes aware of the camera and halts in its tracks. With its cognizant gaze fixated upon the lens, it just as suddenly disappears back into the shadows. The camera attempts to capture the creature's whereabouts, yet it has vanished without a trace into the night. The inexplicable occurrence raises numerous questions and concerns. What was this entity? Where did it come from? These questions now linger in our minds, and we hope that this footage serves as a cautionary tale, warning all adventurers to exercise caution when traversing the forest at night. The unknown horrors that may lurk in the shadows are a perilous threat that should not be taken lightly. Scary skeletal trail cam. The trail cam footage was a truly unforgettable and nerve-wracking experience that defied all logic and reason. The dark and foreboding forest, shrouded in mystery and fear, was suddenly disturbed by the appearance of a ghostly skeletal entity that floated ominously in midair. This ghostly figure was unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. Its very presence was enough to send shivers down the spine. But the terror didn't end there. The creature then reappeared, moving closer to the camera, revealing an even more ferocious and terrifying form. However, the nightmare was far from over. The entity then unveiled an even more horrifying aspect of its being, revealing a massive skeletal head with its eyes that were so large it felt as though they were peering straight into the very soul of whoever was viewing the footage. This chilling manifestation left those who witnessed it in a state of complete shock and disbelief. This was a truly mind-blowing and hair-raising experience that will haunt those who have witnessed it for a long time. Forest horror displayed. The footage pans out with a haunting soundtrack of the forest, hinting at the terror that awaits. As the camera zooms in, a deer is seen peacefully grazing on the forest floor. But suddenly, a mysterious hand emerges from the darkness and creeps towards the unsuspecting deer. The hand then engulfs the deer, seemingly swallowing it whole. My heart races with fear and excitement as I witness this surreal event. The forest at night is a place of inexplicable terror. What horrors lurk in the shadows waiting to pounce? The trees loom overhead like twisted, gnarled fingers reaching down to grab unsuspecting prey. The rustling of leaves and the occasional snap of a twig serve only to heighten the sense of unease. And then there are the sounds, the howls of wolves, the screeches of owls, and the sinister whispers of the wind all combine to create a symphony of terror. It's impossible to describe the feeling of standing amid such a haunted forest. The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end as you survey the scene before you. The darkness seems to stretch on forever, swallowing all light and hope. And yet, you're drawn to the terror, unable to look away from the unspeakable horrors that lurk within the forest. So you stand there, heart racing, watching as the forest displays its full measure of terror. The mysterious hand that took the deer is only a small taste of what this place has to offer. You can only imagine the other horrors that lie in wait for unsuspecting visitors. But for now, you are content to stand here, frozen in fear and awe, as the forest reveals its true dark nature.
A scary creature. This video was captured by a brave soul who thought it would be a really great idea to go out alone into the deep woods at night. He thought he'd end up meeting some unusual beings and, well, guess what? He got exactly what he was expecting. A creepy little cryptid staring right at him from behind the tree. Was it just waiting for the right moment to attack, or was it too scared to come out? The mystery has been unsolved since forever. Creepy trees. Considering the last clip, if you think the woods are only creepy and unsafe at night, let us tell you how wrong you are. And this video will prove it to you. These trees were recorded moving. Like literally moving from one place to another. Was it the neighborhood that annoyed them, or they felt unsafe due to humans? We could never know since trees don't talk. A cryptid. Now this one might be just an image taken by a trail cam and not a whole video, but this single image is enough for us to get an idea about how eerie and unbelievable life in the woods can be. Was it an alien or just an animal from an unusual angle? We can't say for sure, but you let us know if you have any ideas. Cross River Gorillas. If you think it's just another usual trail cam video which shows gorillas sitting here and there and busy with their normal routine, that's not the case. These aren't just any gorillas. These are the Cross River gorillas, and sadly they're endangered with only 200 individuals left to survive. In fact, these are the rarest gorillas on the whole planet. And this trail cam happened to capture these majestic creatures living their lives in Cameroon. Bigfoot. You must be thinking it's too dark and too blurry to actually determine that's a Bigfoot going about in the woods, but the size of the creature and what we can make out from the darkness, I don't see any chance of it being some other animal other than Bigfoot. I mean, we can see it walking on 2 feet and it being all dark and hairy, and its size as compared to the trees is pretty huge. Ask me and I'd say it's a Bigfoot for sure. A Mongolian death worm. This man had heard that mysterious creatures lurk in the desert, especially at night. So he did what anyone would do, set up a camera and waited for the night to pass so he could go check if it captured anything unusual. And to his surprise, it actually did. What was it? A death worm? An alien? A monster? We'll give you a moment to take a guess. But when he inspected it all, it turned out it was just a buffalo. But scary nonetheless. Don't worry, man, we were just as confused as you were. A wolf man. In June 2022, a man's security camera happened to click a photo which had the whole world in shock. Even the mainstream media couldn't help but feature it. They called it the Wolf Man. Nobody had any idea if that was someone playing a prank or was it really a wolf man. Sasquatch. At first, the residents of the area thought it was just a coyote responsible for the missing animals and spreading fear everywhere, so they set up cameras everywhere in hopes of catching the animal in the act. However, what the camera ended up recording was something that blew their minds. A huge creature was seen lurking in the woods. And what else could it be except for the famous Sasquatch, right? It was never caught, but was never seen ever again either. Maybe it's since that humans have come about it. A gliding creature. What do we call a person gliding through the streets? Not walking like normal human beings, but moving in some otherworldly form? We call it a ghost, and a ghost is what this CCTV camera ended up recording. Now, don't ask me whose ghost it was, because I don't know about that, but it does seem like in a hurry. Maybe he was going on his daily haunting duty. What do you say? A mysterious figure. A crooked, glowing creature moving in the weirdest way possible in the street. If I ever see something like that, I'm going to leave the country for good. I don't know how these people get the courage to actually stand there and record such stuff. And, well, as soon as this video hit the internet, it had everyone in shock. Questions arising from everywhere about the authenticity of the clip and the identity of the creature, but the questions had been unanswered ever since. A sneaky killer. How fast is a mountain lion, and how sneaky is it? If you find yourself wondering such questions, then we're here to give you answers. As this mountain lion sneaked up on the deer, and the deer was all clamped in its claws in a matter of mere seconds, and good thing this was all captured on a trail cam installed somewhere in California, and if you notice, the leap is right on the neck, fast and on target. Amazing. A terrifying encounter. When one cougar minded its own business, the other one was in a mood of letting the man know how dangerous he can be. So he ran as fast as he could towards the man and stopped just a few inches away. And he did it for 6 minutes straight. Might be the longest 6 minutes of that man's life. And about the man, I would say he did a great job at staying calm and not taking off running as most people would have done, and he never turned away from the cougar. And that's what saved his life. A bear fight. Recently, a trail camera recorded an intense brawl between two male bears. It all started when one of the bears let out a bone-chilling snarl, warning the other bear to back off. Things quickly escalated from there, with the bears wrestling and biting each other in a wild frenzy. The fight lasted for a few minutes before they eventually went their separate ways. It was a crazy scene that happened deep in the heart of the woods. A little girl. A creepy trail cam pic caused a stir online because a little girl was seen in the middle of nowhere with no humans around. People wondered how she got there or if she was a ghost, but it turns out she was just with her grandpa and the pic was taken in the woods. No need to be scared, she's a real human. The rake. This picture was captured by a trail camera in the dead of night. We haven't been able to investigate it further, but it appears to be a rake lurking in the darkness of the woods. We're keeping our eyes peeled for any updates, but for now, all we have is this eerie image, and people are saying it's real. A humpback whale. It isn't always the animals or the mysterious beings that lurk in the woods. Sometimes it's humpback whales also, found laying all deep in the woods. And how exactly the whale ended up there, so far away from the ocean? Well, that's been a mystery ever since. UFO. When a man went out to check his trail cam and what it captured this time, he was stunned to see the picture the camera had taken. To some, it appeared like two glowing eyes, and to others, it was a UFO. Since it was just a picture, we can't say if it was fake or just something which looks eerie. A trail cam attack. Crocodiles are super deadly creatures. They don't care about anyone or anything, not even if you're just trying to record them with a camera. They can sneak up on you real slow, and before you know it, you're stuck in their powerful jaws with no escape. Bobcat versus rattlesnake. These fierce felines hunt and chow down on all sorts of critters, but one time one of them got snapped by a camera while running into a rattlesnake on its way somewhere. It made sure to take out the snake before resuming its original plans, but man, it really had to work hard to take down that snake. It used its sharp claws and teeth to crush and bite the snake's head in an epic battle. A mountain lion. At first, the coyote could be seen running away from the camera's range of vision, and shortly after, the mountain lion appeared and chased after the coyote. And after a few seconds, we could hear the coyote screaming for help, indicating that the mountain lion had caught it. That's how fast these deadly lions are. A kangaroo fight. Have you ever seen videos of people fighting that go viral online? It happens quite a bit, right? But it's actually pretty rare to come across videos of kangaroos fighting. Well, I recently saw one on trail camera footage. These two kangaroos were squabbling and it was pretty interesting to watch. The fight started when they grabbed each other by the neck and tried to knock each other over. But in the end, they both walked away peacefully. Pretty cool, huh? A ghost girl. A home security camera in Texas ended up recording a girl dressed in all white walking through the backyard. When the family saw it, they were all perplexed as the girl was not someone they knew or had ever seen. But then, who was it? A ghost? Or just someone pulling a prank? A creepy being. Humans have a natural curiosity that drives them to investigate anything unusual. But in this particular case, a man took his curiosity to the extreme. He heard strange sounds coming from the woods and decided to explore it late at night to see if he could find anything interesting. To his surprise, he stumbled upon a strange creature behind a tree, making weird whistle-like sounds.
What the hell is that? What the hell?
Realizing the danger, he quickly ran away as fast as he could without looking to see if the creature was following him. It seems his curiosity got the best of him in this scary encounter. Amazonian dog. The Amazon rainforest is a place where you can find unique and unusual creatures. People often put trail cameras there to capture these animals. Recently, a rare Amazonian short-eared dog was spotted on one of these cameras. The species was thought to be almost extinct for a while, and researchers were losing hope of finding any. However, this video gave them new hope. The dog was just sniffing around in the forest like any other day. Teams have been sent to locate the dog so that it can be kept safe in a preserve and live longer. A genet. When these pictures went viral online, they really got people talking. They show a little cat sitting on top of some big animals, which surprised a lot of folks. Nobody could believe how chill the cat was about it. Some people even made jokes about the cat being the boss of all the other animals. But then some experts gave their 2 cents and said that the cat, which is called a genet, was likely using the other animals as a lookout point to find prey. That's pretty clever if you ask me. An alien. There was a guy in Brazil who saw something strange on a rooftop while he was doing his own thing and decided to record it. What he captured was a weird creature that looked like a huge ant hanging out on the roof. Some people thought it was extraterrestrial, but to me it looks like a really big ant. Brazil has all sorts of creepy crawlies, so who knows what else is out there, right? The freakiest part is that the creature vanishes right after the guy spots it. What was it doing up there? We may never find out. Nightwalkers. Have you ever seen those spooky creatures people call night crawlers or soul walkers? They can give you the creeps, but they're also strangely calming. There's this video from California back in 2011 that shows 2 stick-like figures walking through the woods. They almost look like a family of ghosts, with one resembling a little baby ghost and the other maybe a ghost mom or dad. It's a peaceful and serene scene, and I hope they were able to keep wandering about undisturbed. A clown. Trail cameras are used to take pictures of animals in the wild, but sometimes they capture something really creepy. Like this one time, a man in a clown mask was caught on camera in the forest at night. We don't know what he was doing there, or if he was even a real person. The spooky clown stared right at the camera before vanishing into the woods, giving everyone the creeps. Who knows what other scary stuff is out there lurking in the shadows? A mouse deer. The deep, dark woods conceal secrets and elusive creatures that have managed to evade human detection. Despite our assumptions that certain species have gone extinct, they persist in their natural habitats, hidden from our eyes. However, a trail camera recently captured a remarkable sighting in Vietnam, a 2-tone mouse deer that scientists believed had been extinct for 30 years. The footage astonished the world as it revealed a healthy and lively creature meandering through the woods. Monster in the woods. Some friends were having the time of their lives camping in the woods, having snacks and bonfire and movie night. But then one of the friends went somewhere and minutes passed, but she did not come back. While they were all worried, they had to go check on her. And as they ventured deep into the woods searching for the friend, at first they hear her scream. And then a strange creature comes into view. A spider-like being crawling terrifyingly towards them. What was that? Well, nobody knows. Mysterious being. These 2 guys were out in the woods late at night. They thought it was a good idea to have some fireworks where no one will get disturbed. However, what they did not know is that someone will get disturbed, and it won't be good for them. As they were doing their thing, shrieks could be heard, and then they decided to go investigate it. And that's when we see the weirdest being possible shrieking and following the man.
Is it still there?
Go! No! Run! Run!
They did make it out alive. That was one hell of a close call. An alien. Who recorded this video? Who uploaded it on the internet? What exactly was this alien doing? Well, these are some of the questions which remain unanswered, and we're only left with this eerie clip, which looks like it belongs to some kind of secret alien interrogation thing. And if you ask me, I'd say from the view of it, the video looks as legit as anything can be. But do let us know what you guys think. A scary looking thing. About this video, everyone has their own opinions. Some say it's just a gorilla, while others say it's a weird crawling creature, and to some it also looks like a spider. However, no matter what the being is, the way it slowly moves towards the camera, freaking out the man recording it,
What the fuck is that? Okay.
looks like something straight out of a horror movie. A terrifying beast. As a man was recording this massive waterfall, he started noticing something weird. As he zoomed in, he saw a mysterious black creature at the very edge of the waterfall. What was it? Definitely not a plant, because the area did not look like it had any plants there. To some, it was an unknown being, while to others, it was someone with safety gear sitting at a very dangerous spot. Real or fake? It looked really creepy. A visitor. Imagine you're at home, catching some me time or just enjoying some alone time when you glance over and see an alien's head staring straight at you through the window. I mean, that'd freak anyone out, right? Luckily for us, a guy with a camera in his home caught the whole thing on video. It's easily one of the spookiest and clearest sightings of an alien ever caught on camera. A creepy monster. This massive creature was filmed by a man who went out to do some walk in the woods. When he was on it, he heard voices which sounded very similar to a baby crying. Intrigued, he had to go see where the sound was coming from and came across this. A giant weird thing crying and crawling on the ground. But worry not, because this is just a giant salamander who's known to vocalize barking, whining, hissing, or crying sounds. A strange creature. This trail cam footage might look very normal to you at first, but wait till it starts getting creepier. See that? See how the deer was about to turn into some kind of a monster? Well, it's been edited with some pretty impressive AI software that makes the deer look like they're transforming into demonic creatures. I just wanted to share it to show how advanced our technology has become. Pretty scary, right? A river monster. At first, people watching it thought it was an alligator or something, but then they saw it move in the strangest way possible. It was moving only with the help of its strong tail. Also, its front legs were missing. Was it just an alligator with its front legs missing? Or is it some type of evolving river monster which will wash out the whole human race? What do you guys think? A yak. This man was out mountain biking when this happened. He came across a very, very angry yak. Even though the yak couldn't do much harm, he did try charging at them.
Dangerous here. Oh, you. Get back.
And ask me, and I would say that was one terrifying yak, don't you agree? A creepy thing. This man happened to capture a creepy alien-like creature on camera. He was continuously hearing noises from the back, and he had to go check. And that's how he came across this. Was it an alien, or just something fake? I guess we'll never know. But if it was true, I say we all hide in our homes, because who knows what other weirdness is lurking out there. Someone in the window. This man had some previous encounters with the supernatural, thus he wanted camera installed everywhere, even in his bedroom. And one night, when he was sleeping peacefully, he sensed someone was watching him through the window. He got up ASAP and turned the lights on, and that's when we see the ghostly figure in the window. It looked like it was waving, maybe? Seriously, how creepy is that? A siren head. A man in Amsterdam was recording the pretty after sunset sky when he ended up getting one terrifying creature on the camera, a siren head. Yes, you heard it right. This massively huge siren head was seen. However, at first it was just some scary noises, and it took a few seconds before the monster came into sight. What do you guys think? Is it fake? Or do siren heads really exist in real life? An alien. This video is captured in an unknown location and shows a mysterious creature hiding behind a tree. As the camera approaches the tree, the creature briefly peers out from between the branches. Many have noted that it looks very much like an alien gray with a giant head, thin body, and large black eyes. Not much information is available about the clip, but it was likely filmed in a wooded area, maybe a forest or park. Could this creature actually be an alien from another world? A creepy creature. Dark web is something we all know about, but not everyone can access. And trust me, the ones who did access it ended up regretting. Take this video for example. We see a creepy creature moving in the house, from hallway to the room and then to God knows where. And if you're thinking it was human, just look at the way it's walking. Does that look human to you? Alien-like figure. In July 2021, some people were on their way back to their home in India. According to them, it was somewhere around midnight when they came across this creepy figure walking along the road. Good thing they had a dash cam installed in their car, so we got this footage. And just look at the way it's walking. It seems like an alien to me. But do let us know what you guys think. A strange worm. A man in Australia was out for his routine walk when he came across this strange-looking worm-like thing. It's not the fact that it looks like a worm that makes it strange, but it's the length of the thing and the way it's divided into multiple segments is what makes it strangest of all. I've never seen any worm of such length before. A sneaky being. This man heard some strange noises from the forest and decided to venture out there late at night to see if he could find something interesting. However, he came across a bizarre creature lurking behind a tree and making creepy whistle-like noises.
What the hell?
When he spotted it, he sprinted away as fast as he could, and fortunately, he managed to escape without harm. Another Yeti. The person who filmed the video was extremely surprised by the massive creature that he captured. However, the shocker was that the creature was nowhere to be seen when they returned the next day to film it again. This caused a frenzy online as people tried to decipher what it could be. Some speculated it might be a Nephilim or a Yeti, while others believed it could be a top-secret military project. A baby mermaid. You must have always heard about mermaids being a mythical creature, but this video will get you doubting that. A man in India saw something unusual swimming in the water and went to inspect it, and to his surprise, it was something which looked exactly like a mermaid, just a little smaller in size than we all must have expected. Perhaps it was a baby mermaid, or maybe just a little monkey drowning. With the video ending so abruptly, there's nothing we can say for sure. A Yeti. Now, sighting a Bigfoot here and there and from a very far away angle is one thing, but capturing a really big creature falling and tumbling down is just on another level. And this is exactly what this man was able to capture on his camera. Two big creatures, or perhaps Yetis, were seen devouring an animal, and a second passes and we see one tumbling down the icy hill. Even though it was recorded in 2016, to this day, no logical explanation has been given by anyone. A crawling creature. This video literally has everyone spooking out as they see a weird glowing creature in the middle of nowhere at night crawling on the ground. Some call it the rake, while others think it's just some unknown animal. But the ones who happened to record it said it looked similar to a human, but was not a human at all. So then what was it? I guess we'll never know. Bear versus mirror. Trail cameras usually capture animals chilling, hunting, and going along their normal life. But sometimes these cameras capture things out of the ordinary. For instance, this bear was just going along his way when he suddenly saw something he'd never seen before, his own reflection. And needless to say, we do not think he liked it a lot. A Bigfoot. Camera can be handy at times, but we need to be careful because sometimes trying to record dangerous things can lead to unfortunate circumstances. For instance, take the case of this man who tried to record a Bigfoot strolling along in the woods. Guess he was lucky or maybe hiding perfectly that the creature didn't notice him, or we wouldn't have been able to get this footage. Mysterious creature. A couple had been noticing weird noises in their backyard, but they'd never been able to know what was causing it, so they installed a camera there. It was all peaceful and quiet at first as nothing suspicious happened, but as some time passed, we saw a creepy head popping out of the fence. We see it once, then we see it twice. Was it just a dog, or was it something which had remained hidden from us since forever? A brave man. This footage might not be as disturbing or creepy as many others in today's list, but this is unusual nonetheless. As we see this Florida man dancing along with the alligator, we can't help but rub our eyes twice to make sure this is real. And trust us, this is real. Florida sure is one strange place. A sewer creature. This dude was filming and caught a freaky creature hiding in the shadows. It only showed itself when he stopped moving, and it had these creepy glowing eyes. But when he tried to get closer, the thing bolted back into the dark. Now we're left with more questions than answers, wondering what the heck that thing even was. An elk. So there was a video that captured an elk on a trail cam wearing a tire like a necklace. Crazy, right? This poor elk had the tire around his neck for 2 years while going about his daily life. As time passed, his neck and antlers grew bigger, which made it impossible for him to remove the tire by himself. Luckily, wildlife officials came to the rescue. They gave the elk some medicine to make him sleep and attempted to remove the tire. Sadly, they had to remove his antlers too. But don't worry, the elk will grow a new pair of antlers in due time. Dancing bear. The Wildlife Channel put cameras in the jungle to see the animals there. They were hoping to film them doing normal things, but what the cameras showed was surprising. The bears they caught on camera were dancing and moving their bodies like Shakira. It's pretty amazing that bears can dance like that, but did you know that bears also get itchy? And instead of scratching themselves with their paws like we do, they use trees. And look at them go. They're really enjoying themselves, aren't they? Lion intruders. When you go camping, unexpected guests might drop by, like mosquitoes and other bugs if you're lucky. But if you're not, like the guy in this video, a big male lion and 2 lionesses might pay you a visit. The man was sleeping soundly in his tent when all of a sudden this happened. Luckily, he stayed put and didn't try to run away. The lion seemed more curious than anything and didn't harm him. Despite the scare, the camper had an unforgettable night. Breathing earth. So there's this really weird thing that a camera caught in the forest. It looked like the earth was moving up and down, almost like it was taking a break from spinning and going around the sun. People call it the breathing earth because it's like the ground is breathing. This happens when the wind is strong and the ground is loose. It can be pretty scary if you don't know what's going on. You might think the earth is going to swallow you up. It's definitely one of the craziest things ever caught on trail camera. A massive spider. Someone caught a really creepy video and posted it online. It shows a creature that looks like a spider or maybe a crab, and it scared a lot of people. At first, I thought it was just a dog dressed up in a spider suit, but when I took a closer look, I realized it definitely wasn't a dog. The only dog in the video looked totally freaked out by the weird bent-legged things too. So we're all pretty confused about what it could be. Buck shedding antlers. So there was this male deer in Ottawa, Canada that got caught on camera losing its antlers. It might seem strange to us, but it's actually a regular thing for male deer to lose their antlers in winter to make way for new ones. The shedding process usually happens from late winter to early spring. It was funny to see that the deer in the video seemed surprised by what was happening and ran away looking confused. Weird lights. It's really hard to figure out what those lights in the sky are. Some people think they might be aliens, but others think it's just a bug in front of the camera. Do you think this means aliens are visiting us, or maybe they're here but we don't even know it? Also, what about those strange flying objects we sometimes see? The government just released a report on them, but there's still not enough evidence to know for sure what they are. Bird murmuration. We know how birds travel from one place to another in flocks, all flying together to search for new places to live and feed, right? But this murmuration of a massive flock of birds was just something else. Even the researchers said they'd never seen such a kind of behavior in birds before, and that it might be alarming as well. And unusual phenomenon. Do you doubt the existence of Bigfoot and other creatures like that? Well, check this out. There's some drone footage that might make you think twice. In the video, you can see some enormous trees shaking like crazy as if a giant monster is trying to pull them out of the ground. And we're not talking about puny trees. These ones are huge and super tall. No way could a person or machine do something like that. So do you still believe that Bigfoots are just made-up stories? A fox family. And this video was captured on a trail cam, and it's just too cute to miss. You can see a mother fox and her 4 cubs all playing around and annoying their mom a bit, but she doesn't seem to mind at all. What's even more amazing is that the family seems completely oblivious to the fact that they're being recorded. The subscribers pick. This picture shows a Bigfoot walking through the woods. It was taken by a trail cam installed in the Charleston area, but when they went to investigate it, it turned out to just be a cutout of a cardboard, which was all part of a prank pulled by someone. A self-loving bear. Believe it or not, this bear from Boulder, Colorado has become the new selfie champ. The story goes that this curious creature found a camera with a motion sensor and decided to go wild with it. The outcome? More than 400 snapshots of the bear posing in all kinds of ways, giving his best sultry gaze and even making some goofy faces. This bear wasn't going to quit until it got every picture just right for social media. Strange little beings. Now, these little beings were found by a woman on her kitchen floor. And if you're thinking these are little mice, no, they are not. According to the experts, the legs of the creatures resembled moths, and there's a chance that the upper body might have been eaten by a cat, but the experts weren't so sure either. So we don't know what these tiny little beings were. Buck in a wig. Have you ever come across the buck who's the handsomest of all? The bad boy, grazing the grass and winning all the ladies with his wig on? Well, now you have. This buck was recorded in 2013 and caught the attention of everyone with his stylish wig. It was at first part of his antlers, but then slowly moved on top of his head, making him the most stunning buck ever. A creepy deer. Did you check out that weird video of a goat standing still and staring straight ahead? It's been all over the web and everyone's losing it. Some peeps reckon it might be the mythical Skinwalker, while others are calling BS. We ain't got a clue who shot it, so it's all up to our own imaginations.
Hello. She wants to come in.
Damn, one thing's for certain. It's super creepy. Alien in Graveyard. Footage was uploaded by some unknown guy in 2017, and it had everyone in shock who happened to watch it. At first, we see the quiet of a cemetery, but then as the camera rolls on, we catch a glimpse of a bizarre humanoid figure half hiding behind a grave. If we zoom into it, we see a weird being with a huge head and arms. It fits so accurately to what we have in mind for an alien, don't you think? A haunted tunnel. This might be too short of a clip, but a mere second is enough to feel the spookiness of the video. We see a creepy figure emerging from the dark and running straight towards the man holding the camera. And then we see the man running as fast as he can for his life. I'm not going near any tunnels from now on. Rake. A kid was out in the woods when he started hearing some weird noises, and that's when he decided to take his phone out and film it while trying to see what was causing it. And to his surprise, it wasn't just him who was looking for the creature. The creature was also looking for him, and that we get to know when he comes out of the woods and starts running towards the kid. A creepy girl. Back in 2013, there was this video that spread like wildfire online. It showed a lone girl dressed in white walking around a cemetery while some men recorded her. The video lasted about 4 minutes, and the girl was shown wandering around the graveyard, stopping by different graves. Who was she? Did she happen to be a ghost? These and countless other questions were thrown around, but no one had any answers to offer. A crawling thing. In this video, we see a courageous person exploring an empty house using only a flashlight. While exploring, the person begins to feel uneasy, and then a frightening creature appears from the darkness, moving towards them and making terrifying sounds. The person quickly runs away from the house, clearly scared by the unknown creature. Although we don't know what the creature was, it's obvious that the abandoned house is not a suitable place for those who are easily frightened. A deer. At first, we see a deer all panicking, running from here to there, and eventually running away from the man. And in a second emerges another deer unlike any other, with its neck all folded. And then it runs away too, as fast as it could. All this happens in a few seconds, and the man there is like, what just happened? Even though it was just 2 deer, that does not make the video any less creepy. A weird body. In May 2019, a woman found a weird body laying in her yard in Florida. She immediately called the authorities to come and see what it was, and needless to say, they were all just as perplexed as she was. According to some, it was a big lizard. But what exactly caused the big lizard to dry up like that? Not even the bones were there. A frozen monster. It's not just forests and jungles that hide secrets beyond our imagination. Sometimes it's the ice, too. For instance, this man who ended up finding a Bigfoot all frozen up under the ice.
I can see its eyes and it's his head.
Maybe it got trapped inside by the cruel nature, or maybe it was just a hoax. Which, even if it was, I'll be scared as hell still. Snakes. This footage was filmed when a team of workers were told by some locals that they think there's a snake in their ceiling. None of them knew that it wasn't just a snake on that ceiling, but 2 massive snakes living up there. As the ceiling dropped, the snakes almost dropped with it too, leaving everyone near them to jump back in horror. It happened in Malaysia, and since this video was uploaded, everyone there has been checking their ceilings twice every night. A giant spider. Now, was it just a tiny spider looking so big due to being close to the trail cam? Or was it a really massive spider lurking in the depths of the woods? It's up to you what you think, but if you ask me, I'm never going into those woods with such long-legged creatures crawling everywhere. Dwarves. Are dwarves real, or are they just works of fantasy? I guess you'll be shocked to know that there's a chance that these creatures might be real. I mean, look at this video and the small things in the jungle. Don't they look very similar to what a dwarf would be like? Someone in the sink. I don't know if any of you might have guessed it, but this one is also from Florida. She wanted to check the outside bathroom, which was along the pool, and it seemed all fine until she went up close to the sink and found this thing hiding inside. But the question here is, what was it? A snake? A lizard? A gecko? And because it's Florida, we can't really say anything for sure. Glowing eyes. Imagine you're out with friends on a drive late at night and you encounter this in the way. Well, this is what happened to these guys who were just having fun when not just 1 but 2 pairs of creepy glowing eyes started staring at them. Even though the creatures were far and the guys were in the car, that was not enough to make them any less scared. A creepy doll. Once a man was in the forest gathering some logs when he stumbled upon something peculiar. We're not exactly sure what was going through his mind, but he ended up picking up this eerie doll and taking it back to his home. To make matters even more bizarre, he even decided to record the doll while it was doing who knows what. If it were me, I wouldn't even dream of doing something like that. Not even in a million years. A mutated spider. If you think giant mutated spiders are only in the sci-fi movies, you think wrong, and this video will show you how. People in Rogasnica were shocked when one morning they saw this giant spider crawling across this hill. Luckily, it was far away from the population, so no one got harmed. But the most mysterious part is that the spider just vanished in a few minutes. Where did it go? No one knows. A scary smile. Let me give you some advice. If you're out late at night and see a tunnel on the way, it's better to turn your car around and drive as far away from the tunnel as possible, because if you don't, something like this might be waiting for you inside. This creature with the creepiest smile possible was waiting at the entrance, and whatever happened to the people, we'll never get to know because the video just ended there. An unknown insect. Okay, so what comes into your mind when you first see it? Me, being dumb, thought it was the grass walking, but it turns out to be some kind of insect, a very tiny one. Though the man who uploaded it didn't happen to have any kind of information about it, and the thing was just as unusual to him as it is to all of us. But let us know if you guys have any info on this one. A spooky creature. This hairless creature was discovered by a group of plantation workers. It had small ears, no tail, and a bald, brownish-gray body with sharp claws. The workers were frightened by its odd appearance and believed it was a supernatural entity coming to haunt them. They attacked the creature, but afterward, specialists in nature explained that it was an uncommon Malayan sun bear. The workers were rebuked for their harsh behavior, and the bear was relocated to its natural habitat in the woods. A creature in the woods. As the videographer was recording a moose by the side of the road in Gaspésie, Quebec, Canada, they noticed an oddity in the footage. Although the moose was initially the only thing in view, the viewer became curious about a strange figure on the back left of the video. The clip gained a lot of attention online, and many people made guesses about what the enigmatic figure could be, ranging from supernatural beings to extraterrestrial life forms. The question of what could be hiding in the Quebec wilderness remains unanswered, causing people to wonder. This image is taken from two videos. One which shows a ghost attempting to hide from something, and to do that he jumps into the water. This whole thing was recorded on a trail cam set nearby to look for animals. The next clip shows an alien-like figure peeking from behind the tree. If it wasn't for the glowing eyes, the figure might have gone unnoticed and considered to be just part of the tree. Something hanging from goat. In the video, a group of individuals is seen walking at night with torches and sticks while leading some goats. Everything seems ordinary until you spot a white goat with an unusual object hanging from its neck. The men appear frightened by the object, which stays attached to the goat even when they attempt to take it off. Eventually, it resembles a strange shadow on the ground, swiftly heading towards the forest and vanishing. To me, it appears quite disturbing. What are your thoughts on what it might be? A ghost. Many people believe that Cannock Chase is the most haunted town in the UK due to the numerous reports of paranormal events that have occurred over the years. However, there were still some doubts until a video surfaced online featuring a girl in a white dress standing in the forest. It was later discovered that she was actually a black-eyed girl in a school uniform. The eerie footage was captured by a drone and quickly became viral, leaving millions of people, especially those residing in the vicinity, feeling uneasy. Missing prisoner. This epic video was recorded by a drone which was actually helping the police find a prisoner who somehow got away and was hiding somewhere. And well, the view the drone gave was enough for them to see the man laying in the field. As soon as he heard the drone, he knew he was in trouble. Of course, you can guess what happened next. He got caught. A zombie ghost town. It isn't always the Bigfoot and the rakes that the drones spot. Sometimes it's way more than that. Take this clip for example. These two friends were out exploring an abandoned ghost town through their drone camera, and that's when they came across this eerie sight. Zombies. Or maybe at least it looked like it. And it wasn't just one. They spotted more than one and also some people who were trying to take them down. Now, we think they're zombies, but if you have any better explanations, do let us know. A massive being. A gentleman in Mexico saw a massive creature strolling up the mountainside. To those who suspect that it might be untrue, be aware that it's not fabricated. Judging by the size of the buildings, the mountains, and the creature, it was certainly a Bigfoot walking along the hills, headed in an unknown direction. A creepy monster. This video was filmed in the UK and shows an unusual creature hopping across the road. Locals had reported seeing a strange being for months before the footage was shared, but no one believed them until they witnessed it firsthand. The identity of the creature remains a mystery, but do let us know if you guys know anything about it. Dobby. Can you decide if this spooky video captured by a family's CCTV is weird or not? They initially believed it was their son pulling a Halloween joke, dressed in a costume that had skinny legs and a head similar to Dobby from Harry Potter. However, they found out it wasn't him by comparing it to their son's appearance and even making him reenact the scene with underwear on his head. So if it wasn't their son, then what could it be? Was it just a figment of their imagination or something more ominous lurking in the darkness? A spider. This footage captures an enormous spider scaling a building. Truly a colossal creature that invokes a sense of dread. It's hard to imagine encountering such a creature in person. In fact, the image is so vivid that it may linger in my thoughts for some time to come. Although I cannot confirm its authenticity, I'm not taking any risks and will steer clear of the location where this video is filmed. Teleportation. A drone in the US captured a video that reportedly shows a man teleporting. The video starts with the man walking by the roadside, but he suddenly disappears into thin air. This raises a lot of questions, such as when he went and how he was able to do it. Unfortunately, no additional information could be uncovered. A scary woman. What are you doing if you see an abandoned church in the middle of nowhere? At least you won't be going in, right? But these guys decided to go inside and check what's happening there. And well, I guess that got what they were expecting. A creepy woman in a white dress sitting all alone. And creeping the hell out of them. Mass burial. Now, this one isn't the usual found this creature type of clip. Instead, this one shows the heartbreaking moments of a mass burial which had to happen after the recent earthquake that hit Turkey. Hundreds of unidentified people had to meet their end like that. May they all rest in peace. Amazon tribe. Back in 2016, after exploring the Amazon forest, Jose Carlos Morales came across a tribe that had not been contacted before. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Morales observed that these people had painted their bodies in a bright red hue, which may have come from crushed seeds or other sources. He mentioned that these Indian tribes had fled from other parts of the continent and settled in the Amazon rainforest near Brazil. It's amazing to think that there are still tribes out there that have never had any contact with the outside world. Loch Ness Monster. The concept of an unknown creature hiding in the deep and dark waters has always intrigued people. Although we rarely witness such sightings, sometimes they turn out to be real and mysterious, while other times they're just a fake trick. Recently, a drone flying over a lake captured an enormous figure in the water. Could it be the legendary Loch Ness Monster? Or something else concealed in the depths? It's up to you to decide. Humpback whales. Whenever drones are used to capture footage of the ocean, we can witness some amazing sights from nature. Take, for example, this video where we see whales creating a spiral shape that follows the Fibonacci sequence. It's truly remarkable to observe the whales in action from the very beginning of their movements all the way up to the moment they break the surface to consume their prey inside the large air bubble rings they create. It's simply awe-inspiring. A drone ghost. Do you believe that the image of ghosts wearing white cloth and shining bodies is only limited to movies? Well, you might need to reconsider that thought. Recently, a video captured an object that appeared to be a ghost floating around and investigating an area. But as it gets closer to the camera, you'll come to realize that it's actually a drone which has been made to look like a ghost by someone, probably for Halloween. Although it's not real, it still looks impressive, don't you think? Old Car City. Old Car City, located in the United States, is a renowned junkyard covering 34 acres near White, Georgia, housing over 4,000 cars. The vast collection of cars makes it hard to look in any direction without seeing them. Visitors can walk along almost 6 miles of paths within the property, but the owner charges extra for photography. So, have you considered a photo shoot at this fascinating location? Kangaroo attack. It's not okay to harm baby animals, no matter how tiny or weak they may be. A video recently captured a mother kangaroo chasing and taking down a flying drone that was filming her adorable babies. The mother kangaroo likely saw the drone as a danger to her young and acted to keep them safe. It's unknown if the person operating the drone was able to retrieve it, but they should definitely think twice before upsetting another protective mama kangaroo. A Bigfoot. Get ready to be scared by a new sighting in Alberta, Canada. Andrew Dawson recorded a video that seems to reveal a huge being, perhaps from a tribe of giants who come from that area, strolling on top of a mountain with no clear support. The dark form is so immense that it was initially spotted by 2 commuters during their regular drive. Many people are now curious if the tales about giants in this part of the world are factual, or if something more ominous is hiding in the Alberta mountains. Sharks. The drone video displays a swimmer calmly resting on top of a group of sharks without any apparent concern for her safety. The video was captured by a tourist flying a drone off the shore of the Maldives. While snorkeling, the group spotted a gathering of nurse sharks who were mostly harmless to humans. One adventurous woman decided to join them in the water. While this is a peaceful way to connect with nature, it's also risky because a large shark could mistakenly attack and the consequences could be fatal. Bird runs on water. This man was holding a little bird who appeared to be calm at first, but as soon as the man put it down, the bird did not even wait for a second before running on the water and as far away from the man as possible. Though I should mention that this little guy is so me running away from my responsibilities. A giant wolf. Let's say you're out at night having the time of your life with your friends, and suddenly out of nowhere, you get to see the massive animal coming out of the dark and staring right at you. I don't know why these guys just decided to stay there and film it. That creature's a gigantic wolf, man. Your best bet's to run for your life. A baby bird. We're all aware that nature has its unique way of functioning, but there are times we're just left shocked by the way nature makes things. For instance, take this example. This tiny bird looks like something out of a horror movie. Like it's gonna grow big and then end humanity. And can you believe it? This is what they look like when they grow up. Volcano. Recently, numerous individuals climbed a steep trail to witness an active volcano located on Iceland's Reykjanes Peninsula. Despite the danger involved, people took the risk as it's not a common occurrence to see an active volcano in all its splendor. Nevertheless, officials have declared that using a drone is a safer way to experience the site. This footage presents a picturesque view that appears to be captured on a different planet with volcanic activity. But don't let its beauty deceive you, as this natural wonder could turn into a calamity. Titanoboa. Recorded in unclear water, this footage displays a colossal snake attempting to locate an exit. Its actual size could be miscalculated, but by comparing it to nearby items, it's presumed to be roughly 40 feet in length. This video is a frightening indication that these Titanoboas may be present, conceivably concealed. Moose. Take a look at this breathtaking drone footage that captured an incredible moment in nature that most of us never got to witness. This majestic moose shed its antlers and took off into the wilderness. The drone captured the moment in stunning clarity, and you could almost feel the excitement of witnessing such a rare occurrence. This video stood out from the rest with its perfect timing, impeccable camera quality, and the sheer beauty of the natural surroundings. A drone sacrifice. Ever wondered how we get all these amazing footages of volcanoes erupting from such close angles? Well, apparently lots of drones are sacrificed in this ritual. And even though it's very sad, but the drone which gave us these amazing shots of an active volcano in Vanuatu is no more with us either. Respect for our fallen soldier. World's biggest cemetery. Take to the skies with this drone footage capturing the world's largest cemetery in Iraq. Spanning an impressive 1,485.5 acres, this sprawling site is home to over 5 million graves. From above, the enormity of this burial ground is striking, with an endless sea of tombstones stretching out in all directions. Despite its somber purpose, the sheer magnitude of this cemetery is both breathtaking and awe-inspiring. As the camera glides overhead, it's easy to imagine the stories and histories buried beneath the surface, reminding us of the significance and power of honoring those who have passed. Reindeers. Lately, some really strange animal videos have been going viral on the internet, and it's freaking people out. The latest one was shot by a drone, and it shows a bunch of reindeer walking around in a circle like they're hypnotized or something. Some folks think this is a sign from above that the world is coming to an end, or that a major natural disaster is about to go down. Nobody really knows for sure what's going on, and even the experts are stumped. An alligator. Flying a drone in for a close-up of an alligator might get you a cool shot, but it might be the last thing your drone ever sees. This is what a travel blogger in the Florida Everglades learned when she attempted to capture footage of an alligator. She flew her new drone towards the gator for a closer view. Suddenly, the alligator leaped up and bit through the drone's battery.
Suddenly.
Talk about indigestion. Sadly, the blogger lost her drone, but gained a viral video. Huntsman spider. If you're afraid of spiders, you might want to skip this part, because what's coming up next is going to give you the creeps for at least a week. It's the huntsman spider, and as its name suggests, it's one of the scariest spiders out there. Just take a look at its enormous size. If I saw one of these in my room, I'd seriously consider moving to a different country. Police drones. Although drones are considered groundbreaking technology, not everyone is fond of them. Criminals in particular are at risk of being caught due to their presence. However, it's not people catching them, but rather the Japanese police using their own drones equipped with nets to catch rogue or trespassing drones. It's quite a sight to witness the police drones apprehending other drones, and feels like something straight out of an action movie. The authorities only deploy these drones when they notice suspicious-looking drones in the sky. A Russian soldier. An astonishing video has emerged on the internet displaying the exceptional courage of a Russian soldier. The soldier caught a drone bomb dropped on him by Ukrainian forces and threw it away instantly. The soldier's swift response rescued his own life and those of others present. This occurrence reminds us of the continuing conflict between Russia and Ukraine and the bravery of soldiers risking their lives on both sides. An octomoose. Okay, now this is one trippy video which will leave you all shocked and confused. How is this even real? Walking with 8 legs with no care of anything? Well, let us tell you. If you look closely, it's just 2 moose walking really close to each other. A missing kid. In September 2022, a small boy got lost in the woods as it was getting dark and more frightening. The boy had no way of escaping, but luckily the police officers had a great plan. They decided to use a thermal camera on a drone to locate the boy. After a thorough search, the drone spotted something deep in the woods. The drone then directed the police, ambulance, and fire crews to the boy's location. The crews found the boy safe and sound. An alien. This video was captured by a home security system, and it shows a man walking out of his front door and disappearing in a burst of light. This is causing everyone to question what exactly occurred to him. Some believe it could be a prank, while others speculate that it's a sign of extraterrestrial beings or a groundbreaking new invention. Regardless, it's extremely mind-boggling. The rake. Just picture yourself exploring the woods with your drone camera, enjoying the scenery, when suddenly you spot something strange out of the corner of your eye. This is exactly what happened to a YouTuber and their friend while filming nature's calm beauty. At first, they assumed it was a coyote moving behind the trees, but as they flew the drone closer, they were startled to discover it was something far more bizarre and unsettling. The creature appeared to be human-like, but moved in a very peculiar and creepy way. Even now, nobody knows what this strange figure was, but the drone footage is enough to make your skin crawl. Abandoned bicycles. Looks like China's bicycle rental companies were pedaling too hard. but didn't quite manage to stay on track, a few years ago, bike rental services flooded China's market, overestimating the demand. As a result, millions of colorful bikes were left abandoned, causing traffic and congestion. Companies couldn't control the situation, leading to closures and thousands of leftover bikes scattered everywhere. Drone footage captured bicycle graveyards in every major city, rusting away as mountains of abandoned bikes. A perfectly frozen lake. The freezing weather usually doesn't have much to offer, but this amazing ice skating video is an exception. It'll leave you in awe and a bit scared at the same time. A man from Utah captured the breathtaking drone footage of an ice skater gracefully gliding across a frozen lake. Since the skater's drone footage was posted on Instagram, thousands of people have been left speechless. Rock of Nazla. The Rock of Nazla, or as everyone calls it, Al-Nasla, is located in Saudi Arabia, and it's said that it was the aliens who cut it in half, because no human could do that. It looks like it was done with a laser or some advanced tool, but it's been around for ages, way before we had that kind of technology. So who or what actually did it? That's still a mystery waiting to be solved. Hand in Desert. The Hand of the Desert is truly an impressive sight, both in its size and location. Its mysterious presence in the midst of a vast desert landscape adds to its allure and makes it a must-see destination for travelers exploring the region. The fact that it was created over 40 years ago and still stands as a remarkable work of art is a testament to the skill and creativity of the Chilean sculptor who crafted it. And this video happened to have captured the best possible view of it. Gate to Hell. As we head towards the Turkmen Desert, the drone footage reveals a blazing gas crater commonly called the Darvaza gas crater. It's situated near the village of Darvaza and spans across 230 feet in width. The fiery pit's been on fire for more than 5 decades, emitting a fiery glow that can be witnessed from afar. Due to its long-lasting flames, it's often referred to as the Gates of Hell. The crater was initially created in the early 1970s when the ground caved in during a Soviet gas drilling mission. To prevent natural gas leakage, scientists set the enormous hole on fire, and it's been burning ever since. This image is taken from an incident which happened in August 2022. A man was swimming in the lake when an alligator sneaked up on him and almost had him dead in its strong jaws. Luckily, the man survived as he put his hand in the gator's mouth to get the beast to let him go. This whole incident was recorded on a drone and had people in shock when it hit the internet. Mud volcano. The Tavern Wildlife Park recorded an unusual volcanic event in September 2022. The phenomenon was the Lipad mud volcano, which is considered rare. Although it lasted for about 10 minutes and covered an area almost as big as a football field, it was reported to be not harmful. Strong bubbles of mud were produced, but they weren't even hot. This event resulted in the formation of mineral-rich soil, which is beneficial for animals to lick. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos.
Forests are beyond trees and wild animals, but a place where dangerous mythical creatures are known to take refuge. From mysterious creatures in the dark to completely unrecognizable forces in broad daylight, these are some of the most disturbing creatures ever to be caught on the trail camera. Skeleton with glowing eyes. Either this is a prison escapee or a good old ghost. A group of young hikers who were out on a camping trip in Casanino National Forest, Arizona. While exploring the forest, they noticed a troubled-looking man sitting beside a narrow stream of water. To get a better look at it, the light was focused on it, to which it reacted by suddenly turning and staring at them. It had a shaved head with a skinny body, almost as if it were a Halloween skeleton. No matter how dark it gets, human eyes do not glow or reflect light, which clearly shows that this was no human, but a skeleton ghost. Glowing-eyed mummy chase. Just by looking at the glowing eyes, you can know this certainly is no hoax. In September 2019, two colleagues were returning from work in their car when a manly figure in the dark started sprinting parallel to them. Seconds later, the ghostly figure closed in towards the light, revealing its final form. It seemed to look like a mummy with glowing eyes and an incredible speed. First, it got closer to them and then attempted to jump into the vehicle when the driver was able to speed away. This certainly could not be a human, but a mummy that may have gotten possessed by a supernatural entity. Ghost attempts to hide. Either this ghost dozed off into the water or it was attempting to hide itself. A trail camera planted on a bridge next to a haunted house captured footage of a ghost that tripped into a small stream. The camera was placed in the area to investigate the cause of disturbance in the area in the dead of night. After reviewing the footage, many believe that this would rather be a cause of a young woman being possessed by a ghost. Flying humanoid. If the furry humanoids weren't spooky enough, you now have one that can fly. Two young boys, while playing in the backyard of a farm in Kent, United Kingdom, noticed a weird-looking hive. With their father filming the video, they got closer to the hive when a flying bug came out of the hive. At first, it was thought to be a firefly or a dragonfly, but seconds later they could notice that this bug is humanoid. From arms to legs, it had a body structure completely similar to that of a human with wings to fly. As it came flying out, the father and the kids reacted by fleeing away. Since the footage has gone viral, many call it a real-life fairy. Forest zombie. This looks to be either a zombie or a clown, or perhaps both. After numerous reports of something haunting a small part of a forest in Ontario, Canada, paranormal investigators decided to investigate. After several hours of searching, they weren't able to find any ghosts, but rather a zombified being that was stalking them from a distance. Upon one of the paranormal investigators spotting this haunting figure, it quickly escaped behind the tree and into the darkness. It had sparkly eyes, clown-like makeup, sharp reflexes, and not to mention huge in size. Imagine the horror of such a nightmare ambushing you. Jungle highway crawler. Choosing a highway to crawler in the middle of a forest is probably the worst place to be around for creeping onto someone. Only a few days ago, a transport driver, while passing through the dense Valdivian temperate rainforest road, came across a naked-looking crawler in the middle of the road. It looked to be quite skinny as a frame of moving skeleton with a very bleak face and hair, although it remained mostly stationary. But according to the driver, it was too eager to get closer. The driver, who turned around for alternate route out of fear of his safety, was criticized by many for not helping a possible man in distress. Sword hand skeleton. Something as scary as this surely redefines the notion of haunting spirits in graveyards. With the appearance of a sharp footstep-like trail all around the cemetery, gravediggers decided to place a trail camera, hoping to find some answers. To their surprise, a disturbing-looking rake being was caught on camera as it was passing by the graves using its sword-like limbs to move. Its body was merely a dark shade of skeleton. While many consider it a rogue ghost, some call it to be a case of reincarnation or a dead man walking. Humpy ghost. It's probably the hump that may have gotten it not so mobile. A group of friends who were lighting up firecrackers to celebrate the 4th of July when they were interrupted by a high-pitched guttural cry. Curious for answers, they decided to investigate the noise. While passing through the trees, they were abruptly stopped after spotting what looks to be a weird, humpy entity in the dark. Since the idea of getting closer for identification wasn't an option, they decided to lobby a flying firecracker in its direction before running away.
Get out of here.
Many take it to be a case of a drugged-up human, but whatever it was surely is a terrifying sight to behold. Dark furry monster. This particular dark furry monster may initially seem like a man wearing a Halloween costume until you look closely at its eyes. Two explorers, while passing through the forest of northern Iran, spotted an eerie hiding behind the bushes. Due to the pitch darkness of the night, they were forced to get closer to it to investigate. While preaching religious chants, they were to get close, but still could barely see it. It had a hairy fur-like coat with incredibly white eyes that were visible. Due to lack of light and fear of the unknown, they weren't able to get a good look at it despite being spitting distance away from it. Tall, furry humanoid. The bigger and furrier it is, the more concerning it gets. After dozens of reports of a tall, furry, human-like figure being noticed in a woods near Winnipeg, a former canine expert was hired by wildlife experts to find and investigate. The canine tracker, after hours of attempting to find the rumored humanoid, was about to call it a day until the notorious being made a sudden appearance as it passed by the tree. The tracker attempted to get a closer look at it, but his dog refused to join into the pursuit, creating a moment of confusion that aided in the humanoid's escape. Fortunately, a camera was installed on the dog harness, which captured the first ever glimpse of this rumored being. Slender Man. In 2018, two friends and a little girl were traveling across states when they bumped into an abnormality, tall and suspicious-looking man referred to as the Slender Man. The Slender Man appeared in the middle of them, making the driver turn off-road and into the grass before stopping. Seconds later, the camera blacked out and started recording once again, showing the Slender Man walking in the woods with the little girl. One of the two friends went missing, while the other was able to find the little girl with a note, left behind probably by the Slender Man. Till date, authorities haven't been able to figure out who or where this tall being came from. Creepy cryptid encounter. Is this a bird of some kind or just a horribly looking rodent? While out for an adventure, a tourist encountered a creepy looking animal that was hiding behind a dried up tree trunk in the Appalachian Mountains of North America. Its face looked as if it were deformed with something like a beak on the face. The intentions of this animal were unclear, as it never moved much besides keeping the eyes locked onto the recorder. With the behavior as such, the tourist described it to be an unrecognizable animal that was later pronounced to be a cryptid. Skinwalker attack in woods. If you hear an unsettling humming sound, it's probably for the best to stand clear of it. A man, while driving on the outskirts of Montana, stopped for a cigarette break when he heard a very unsettling humming sound all of a sudden. Out of curiosity, the man entered the woods to find the source of the sound when a skinny, fast-moving skinwalker appeared from nowhere in pursuit of the man, almost as if it were a predator. What happened next remains a mystery. However, the fact that this video made it to the internet shows that the man who recorded the footage may have survived. Alien Scout. The appearance of the UFOs and alien sightings such as these are surely not a mere coincidence. A couple along with their neighbors were camping nearby the Big Bear Lake in California when a tiny possum-like being made a sudden appearance, catching them all by surprise. According to the witnesses, it had a physical appearance similar to that of a fictional character, Dobby from the Harry Potter movies, but was a bit too green. As the wildlife experts are trying to make sense of the incident, many debated that this could be an alien scout, especially due to a UFO sighting the previous day. Cryptid caught on camera. Cryptid or not, even they tend to make mistakes and get seen. An explorer, while placing his trail camera in a mountain forest somewhere in the United States, found a mysterious shadowy figure. It was seen curiously peeking out from next to a broad tree trunk and got caught on the camera that was still recording. Although it didn't show any sinister intentions, the cameraman quickly ran away from the area. The fact that the nature of this being is unknown and you never know what it might be capable of, he instinctively decided to run away. The figure remains a complete mystery, despite widespread online exposure. Crooked-faced walker. This is one of those times when something fictional becomes a reality. Residents from a small town in Wisconsin reported numerous appearances of this crooked-faced walker, which has a resemblance to a mythical character called the Spirit Walker. Locals would often wear costumes depicting the walker until it actually started appearing after dark at festivals and community events. So much so that it was locally known as the Spirit of Bizarre. It has a body structure similar to that of a man with extremely long, bony arms, all covered in a suit and a mask. The footage was taken by one of the cameras that was placed to get a closer view at it. Shady Beast. With little to no trees around, the chances of it being a monkey is next to impossible. A footage captured in a woodland area in Nebraska shows a troubled-looking individual that was spotted by passerby as it appeared out from behind the grass. The author of the video at first thought it to be a monkey in distress or an animal of some kind until it got closer and up on its hind, revealing its terrifying face as it began chasing. The recorder described it to have a beastly appearance, which, after video getting viral, was later nicknamed as the Shady Beast. Catching birds for dinner. A simple fact that gorillas are not known to hunt birds is enough to say that this isn't something normal. A video recorded in March 2016 by a fisherman who was returning from a catch shows a huge furry animal on top of a pole. This furry animal was attempting to catch seagulls flying nearby. Upon capturing one of them, it started bashing the seagull aggressively on the pole, presenting its incredible strength, and started eating minutes later. As it was able to climb tall, narrow poles easily, many speculated that it could be a gorilla, but honestly, it seems like a really hungry Bigfoot. Groot-like creature. If Groot has an evil twin, this probably has to be it. A Virginia family of 3 went out for trekking in the nearby forest where they noticed a tall, dark man-like tree that also happened to be staring at them. The parents commented that they felt like being followed by an unknown stalker hours after entering the forest. Coincidentally, they happened to notice the same tree, despite moving for several hours, which raised their suspicion. Interestingly, the tree creature didn't seem to have any footsteps left behind and remained stationary until it was seen moving slowly. Could it be that a tree somehow came to life, or is it an outer Earth visitor? Giant Tarzan. A sighting such as this is probably a dream come true for all the Tarzan fans. A construction worker in Minnesota, while on a break, saw that this very tall man, who was caught by the magnificence of modern construction, it looked almost naked, covered only by a dark piece of clothing with a height twice to that of an average person. As one of the construction workers riding on his bicycle passed by that point, this real-life Tarzan suddenly disappeared. Since the footage was taken from quite a distance, the tall man wasn't identified properly. Caned Ghost Yoda. Facing off a pissed Yoda is more dangerous than all other scary creatures in the dark. A cowboy on a horse was passing through woods while looking at some missing cattle, bumped into a tiny being having similarity to that of a Yoda from Star Wars. This Yoda, resembling a ghost, was running towards the cowboy while aggressively stabbing its sharp cane on the ground. It began to gain pace upon closing in, and due to the fear of the unknown, the man responded by fleeing. While the actual intentions of the caned ghost Yoda may remain a mystery, it definitely couldn't be any good. Aggressive Yeti. What could be scarier than being killed by a Yeti? It's having one to trip and fall onto you. In January 2021, 2 friends out on a 3-day hiking adventure came across some way scarier than your typical wild animal, a Yeti. The Yeti appeared out of nowhere and started inspecting their backpacks when they returned back to their base camp with firewood. During the unwarranted inspection, the Yeti unknowingly pepper sprayed itself in the eyes. It began to panic aggressively. It got so aggressive that it nearly fell on the hikers before stumbling down the hilly terrain. Bigfoot with glowing eyes. Maybe this Bigfoot was just showing off its sparkling eyes. A TikToker, while out in the Canadian woods for a video, had a close call with this giant gorilla-like creature with exceptionally bright eyes. At first, it was thought of being some gorilla, until after it came closer while passing by. Being caught in fear and confusion, he decided to film the incident. To get answers, the video was uploaded on social media, where many called it a Bigfoot, and that this might be the closest ever encounter with one of them. The TikToker definitely was fortunate enough that the Bigfoot didn't display any predatory behavior. Naked man. A hunter while passing past a forest nearby Tomorrow World area when he heard someone calling at him for help. Upon looking down, he noticed a man with not a stitch of clothing on him standing by the creek along with a walking cane. While maintaining distance, the naked man claimed that he had been robbed, beaten up, and stripped of all clothing by bullies during the music festival before being dropped in the woods. After days of trying to survive, he decided to stick next to the creek. The hunter managed to get a number of the naked man's next of kin to get in touch so they could come and get him. This picture was captured by a lost traveler who was passing through a forest in New Zealand on June 10, 2021. The traveler, while stopping to rest for the night, was disturbed by a terrifying zombie-like cry not too far from his location. In hopes to offer help, he called closer to the source of the sound, only to find its point of origin from something that looked unlike any known human. Seconds after the encounter, the traveler immediately decided to flee for his life. After several minutes of running away, the recorder hid himself under a tree bark and decided to remain stationary till dawn, leaving having this picture, the only clear view of this being. Paranormal creature climbing. Something so dark and tiny as this rules out the possibility of it being a burglar. A security camera placed opposite to a villa in a rural area of Karnataka, India, shows a black child-sized creature that crawls next to the villa until it starts climbing up. Locals believe it to be the spirit of a young child that once lived in the house to be returning, while others believe it to be a djinn. Whatever this may have been, it was surely sneaky enough to get past the guard that was sleeping in a chair facing right in front of this paranormal being. Dead alienoid. Alien or not, death surely doesn't spare anyone. Texas farmers who had lost several of their chickens due to numerous animal attacks decided to lay down a bait to draw out the animal. Upon doing so, they noticed a very unusual looking animal in the fields who took the bait in a manner similar to the attack on the chickens. One of the farmers, either pissed or terrified of this alienoid, fired at it, but it managed to escape. After following the bloody trail closely, the alien animal was later found dead next to a tiny bush after having bled out due to the critical wound. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.
What is that? Oh, bro, it's moving. It's moving. What the is that?
Somewhere in the dense, mysterious woods, there are creatures that we have never expected. From creepy beasts to terrifying beings, recorded by trail cams. Here are some most disturbing moments that no one would have seen otherwise. So, drop all your plans to see what causes these animals to end up like this. Bigfoot spotted. Near the pond, casually strolling in the woods, and here, assumably chasing a man and showing its really bizarre features. These pictures were giving nightmares to the people of Mississippi. But there was more to come, because soon after the pictures were captured, a strange figure was recorded among the trees. With its back turned toward the camera, though the creature was not visible from the distance, its dark black hair and the giant figure was enough to identify it. Realizing that it had been caught, it stood still, not moving at all, signaling the man to back off. So, yeah, he ran. Skinwalker. Living next to the graveyard, a man hearing creepy voices almost every night decided to set up a trail camera there to know what goes on in the abandoned place. And as expected, in the middle of the night, a strange creature appeared on the camera. Walking on its stiff, long legs, the weird, alien-headed creature strolled around the cemetery for quite some time, and then disappeared. While many people called it a hoax, the Skinwalker appeared several times to convince people of its existence. But what could it really be? Let me know your views on it. Demon versus deer. Totally forgetting animals, we often assume that humans are the only ones endangered by unearthly creatures. But this picture is proof that nothing is safe from these beasts, as it shows a weird creature with wings and devil horns chasing a deer in the darkest hours of night. And the poor animal, not knowing what to do, anxiously runs to avoid being caught. While the picture leaves many unanswered questions, the video shows that there is nothing exaggerated in it, as right behind a tree, there it is, the same devilish being with bright, bulging eyes, probably planning its next attack. Skunk ape. Always captured from behind the trees. This time, he decided to shock the people of Florida and made quite an entrance, leaving the people frightened and worried for their lives. And why wouldn't they be? I mean, how often do you see a biped creature coming out of the woods? It had a body just like an ape. The only difference is its biped walk. Moving its arms back and forth, it felt like the skunk ape was really chasing something, or maybe someone. But what could be forcing the beast to come out of its hiding? Stoned animals. Looking for Sasquatches in the jungle when a man spotted a giraffe all covered in rigid lumps. That left people wondering. But seriously, what is wrong with this one? Well, it turns out the truth behind this strange appearance was quite depressing, as it was not an alien, but the poor giraffe was suffering from a strange disease known as papilloma warts, in which an animal's skin would start growing strange lumps looking like stones. It usually happens in deers, but this time it was caught by a giraffe, leaving it to suffer. Bigfoot family. If you have ever wondered how the monsters behave with one of their own, here is the answer to your question, as Bigfoot was caught walking in the woods. No, not alone this time. He was carrying a baby in his hands. Coming out of the woods when the creature spotted the camera, considering it a threat to his baby. Holding the baby, he went off. Though the video looks quite authentic, when it was uploaded on the internet, the audience became skeptical and started calling it a hoax. So a prank or real evidence? What do you think? Dragging buck. It's not always the unearthly creatures that scare people, but ordinary animals can do this for us too. Just like this, when a strange buck was caught dead on a forest land. With its half-eaten back, the buck looked quite strange, and something even more bizarre was the other buck whose antlers were stuck in his. Because there were only two ways this could have been possible. Either the two of them were fighting when he died, so the other was left stuck with him, or the other one came back after he expired and ate half of his back. But being herbivores, how could that be possible? Weird crawling man. Most of us are afraid of driving through haunted forests, not because of the wild animals, but these are the demons who are peeking at us from behind one of the trees. A man, while driving in the middle of a ghostly forest, had an encounter with a strange man. The guy, while standing behind the woods, could be seen acting weirdly. At first, the driver thought it to be some sort of prank. Then suddenly, the man started crawling over the wild shrubs like an actual zombie. Seeing that pale-skinned guy approaching his car, the driver quickly managed to drive back, as he didn't want to be a part of that crawling zombie's lunch. vicious giraffe. Thinking of some weird, wild events? Show me something rarer than this. I'm sure you can't beat this one. Here is a rare herd of giraffes that shocked wildlife experts when they were spotted scavenging on a buffalo carcass. The video opens with a giraffe picking through the remains of a dead animal. Then another joins the feast, and then one more giraffe enters the frame to try the new taste. Although it was really disturbing to see these giant herbivores doing such a bizarre act, in reality, this is an ordinary case of bone eating, and the animal shown is searching for a small bone that it can chew on for key minerals missing from its plant-based diet. Old Ellie. Don't blame your fate if you're not born as a celebrity. What if you were born with a major disability, just like this elephant? Slanted eyes hidden beneath the folded skin, and a bizarre opening right in the front of its head, below which runs a long trunk with permanent stains of mucus. All these oddities belong to Ranzakeel, a female elephant that was spotted enjoying a normal life just like other animals in its herd. In fact, she was able to breathe through her massive hole. Zoologists believe that this kind of mutation mostly occurs during the fetal phase, as it didn't seem like a predatory attack. For some of you, it might be a unique animal, but honestly, for me, it was far beyond disturbing. Mouthless giraffe. If the above entry isn't enough to convince you to accept the way you are, then next on the list is pretty compelling. Although the opening of this clip is quite normal, as a giraffe could be seen drinking from the lake, the actual oddity began when the water, instead of quenching its thirst, started falling out of a strange hole in its cheeks. Probably, the hole was a result of some kind of predatory attack. It is also believed that the animal was born with this distressing condition, due to which it can never drink water properly. This unbelievable giraffe sighting was observed in the natural reserve of Greater Kruger and has got the sympathies of millions. Chupacabra attacks. Several dead animals in one night without a single clue left, except from the fact that they were all bitten from the neck, left the investigators shocked as they had never witnessed anything like this before. But what was it? A vampire? Or really something that we don't know of? To find answers, the investigators set up a trail cam, and there it was. Mysterious deer. Frightening the explorer with its peculiar features, that is a buck standing right in front of the trail camera, but with half its back opened from where the organs of the poor buck are quite visible. It was no less than a strange sight for them. Just look how the shoulder is sneaking from the skin when it takes a step further. But what could be the reason behind this horrid appearance? A recent encounter with a wild animal? And even if that's the case, how could the animal still be walking after losing so much blood? Let me know your views. Flying girl. In the middle of the Russian forest, there was something creepy going on. Playing with his dog, this guy went after the dog who ran in another direction. That's where he recorded something extremely bizarre and inhumane. Because see how the girl is levitating in the air with her mother watching along. With no support, no strings attached to her, the girl hovered in the air for some time. And seeing that they were caught, they disappeared into the trees, leaving the people baffled by their weird stunt. Because how could someone do this? Tangled deer. If you have never seen someone come back from the dead, then you've gotta see this one. With its neck twitched and badly stuck in the fence, the deer laying stiff was considered dead by passers-by. So they decided to end its misery and let it rest peacefully. Therefore, cutting off the wire, one of them went close to fix the twisted neck. But that's where things took a weird turn, as just when the guy lifted its neck, the deer jumped quickly and ran towards the woods, leaving them baffled on its sudden revival. Masked man. Setting up the camera to record the animals at night, the man was shocked to see a tall man with its face painted like a clown or possibly wearing a mask standing in the woods. Thinking it might be some kind of prank, but the guy went back there after some time and set up the trail camera again. There it was, popping in front of the camera a second time, only this time revealing his face quite properly, which left the man scared as hell, because what could be scarier than humans dressed weirdly? Creeping monster. Showing its most frightening features, a Sasquatch was caught creeping among the woods in the dead of night. And because the people mistook it as an ape, as not much of the weird creature was visible, luckily it did reveal its face to make it known that it was not an ape. Soon after this discovery in the woods, another camera caught similar footage where a four-legged animal was seen crawling in the middle of the road. But this time, not revealing an inch of its supernatural features. The creature was believed to be La Mona, a mythical witch that would turn itself into a crawler to hunt people at night. Swinging creature. Bigfoot. The tales of this elusive creature are woven into the fabric of Bigfoot hunters. Although there are several clips on the internet that provide evidence of this legendary beast, this one is the most unique of all, as this time, instead of a giant Bigfoot, a baby Bigfoot was filmed. This happened in December 2011, when a group of tourists was filming almost 100 miles away from New York City. Suddenly, a black figure emerged swinging on the trees just behind them. Apparently, the hairy creature was smaller in size than a giant Bigfoot, so it's assumed that it could be a baby Bigfoot that was jumping and playing in the trees, just like baby apes do. Hiding alien. Forests are for sure home to many wild animals, but besides these critters, there have been times when some of the most unbelievable things have been spotted. One such outwardly creature was observed in the old, terrifying Appalachian Mountains. A man, while exploring these vast mountains, heard some strange noise coming out of the woods. Thinking of a wild boar, he decided to film, and what he found instead was downright petrifying. A small, unidentified creature was spying at him from behind a fallen log. Upon a closer look, the creature looked more like an alien. Many claimed it could be an injured animal trying to hide from the man. However, the owner of this video still thinks that he has captured an alien. Wood chaser. While walking through the woods, keep your eyes open, because you have no idea what might be sneaking at you from behind one of the scary bushes. Just like this guy, who received the shock of his life while trying to capture some cute moments of cougar babies.
Go away. Go away. I'm big and scary.
Suddenly, from behind a thick bush, a mama cougar emerged and made a crazy growl. The terrified guy tried both to escape and to confront the cougar by keeping an eye on her. He started yelling and grunting while the lion continued to follow him with her teeth flashing, ears pinned, and tail swishing. Fortunately, after those minutes of terror, he managed to pick up a rock and hurl it at her, and that's when she took off running back down the trail. Biped fox. This next footage will surely make you rub your eyes, because we have something new that is not an everyday sight. A UK resident was surprised to spot an extremely rare visitor in his backyard. Though we've seen many biped animals before, most of which are deer, this time it was a biped fox. In this short video, the two-legged fox could be seen moving across the ground skillfully by putting behind its major missing. Although it's unclear whether the critter lost its legs during a fight or it was born disabled, the main thing to notice is that it was still surviving. The fox was named Flexi, and after making this rare appearance, it was not seen again. Lion dog. With their large, muscular bodies, dense lion-like mane, tight, wolf-like feet, and strong jaws under which lies an abnormal growth, it's no wonder that this unique animal is about to get the top position in the animal kingdom. The curious onlookers couldn't believe their eyes after they found this strange pair of animals, which looked like a cross between a dog and a lion. This odd-looking duo was discovered in the hot and arid desert of Iraq. There are several theories about these strange puppies, as some people believed that they might be hybrid lion-dog animals. Yet another group of people is suggesting that they might be Coochie dogs that are also known as the Afghan Shepherds. Seizured lion. Moments after hunting its prey, a lion was observed in an extremely distressed situation. It walked around in circles before keeling over, its paws in the air. Suddenly, its body began jerking erratically before shaking uncontrollably. For the safari tourists, it seemed quite funny, but the reality behind this is utterly shocking. The lion, who appears to be shaking its body in an odd way, was actually suffering from seizures. According to some wildlife experts, the lion was an epilepsy patient and was found normal after these bizarre fits. Another lion was spotted in the same condition. However, it died afterward and was thought to be infected by CDV, an epidemic virus that has caused several fatalities within the Serengeti ecosystem of South Africa. In the middle of the forest, a trail camera caught a tiny yet terrifying creature. Weirdly covered in brown hair, it had a skinny body through which the innards were quite visible. Well, not just that, the vicious creature was also missing one of its legs. And even with such frightening features, it was anxiously running from something and was trying to reach the long trees to hide itself. But where did it come from, and from whom was it running? That is still a mystery. Chasing beast. A man suffering from Bigfoot fever while exploring a thick forest to capture the latest sightings of this mythical creature was petrified to hear a loud, terrifying scream. Apparently, no one was seen anywhere, so he decided to check for the animal. And instead of spotting the animal, he was welcomed by a huge, black figure, which was already waiting for him behind the dense woods. Filled with fear, he started running. As if spotting the giant dark figure wasn't that scary, the actual terror began when the great Bigfoot, rather than hiding or running away, started chasing its hunter. Fortunately, the man managed to escape, and the chasing beast vanished behind one of the bushes. Road crossing ghost. Even famous for being haunted, two friends decided to visit the eerie jungle anyway. Well, one who seeks it will be the one who finds it. And there it was, a weird translucent figure appearing right in front of them and crossing the road so swiftly that they thought they were imagining it. But then, not wanting to be forgotten, the weird creatures appeared again from the other side of the road. And this time, its humanoid body was quite visible. Possessed sheep. Circling round and round in the farm, something is seriously wrong with this sheep flock. Ignoring it at first, the farmer did not bother to notice the strange behavior for the first 24 hours. But when it did not stop, and they continued circling for 7 days, yeah, a whole week, that's when he got worried. Because how on earth can an animal do this? This remained a mystery till today, because no one has ever seen any animal possessing such a strange behavior. So, what do you think could be the reason behind it? Were the animals really possessed? Or might there be a justification for this weird stunt? Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again!
Trail cameras are commonly used in the woods to monitor wildlife, but sometimes they surprise us with mysterious and unexplainable sightings. From lurking lions to mysterious Bigfoot sightings. Let's have a look at some of the creepiest and unexplainable trail cam footage that no one can explain. The ghost of Lee Leone. Switzerland's got its very own resident ghost, and this isn't your friendly Casper. They call him Lee Leone. and he's been lurking in the woods for over a decade now, scaring the living daylights out of anyone who dares cross his path. Imagine a dude in a cape and gas mask popping up like a real-life horror movie. The police tried to hunt him down, but nope, the ghost of Lee Leone knows some serious hide-and-seek skills. Locals swear they've seen him too, and it's not just to grab a selfie. Nah, this guy gives everyone the heebie-jeebies, and they make sure to steer clear of his haunted stomping grounds. The Catalonian Fallen Angel. Have you ever seen a creature so hauntingly skeletal that you'd think twice before going out at night? Meet the Catalonian Fallen Angel, a spine-chilling cryptid caught on tape in Spain. Whether it's a real demon or just a human gone mad, we can't be sure. But those glowing eyes and quick movements are enough to make anyone run for the hills. Some even claim to see remnants of wings on its back. Fallen angel or not, this eerie creature is one for the books. Abandoned dolls. Okay, picture this, an island filled with grimy, forgotten dolls. Now that's the stuff of nightmares. Locals say these creepy dolls are like a message from beyond, and they even say prayers to keep those vengeful spirits at bay. Smart move, I'd say. Nobody wants a haunted doll chasing after them in the woods. But wait, what's the story behind these eerie toys? Some believe they belong to children who once lived on the island. And boy, do they leave an impression. I'd steer clear of that place. It's like a spooky doll convention gone wrong. Marble Mountain Bigfoot. All right, gather around, folks. We've got some serious Bigfoot business on our hands. This ain't your grainy, blurry video. This footage is legit. It's like the breakthrough we've been waiting for. A family stumbled upon a massive creature's lair in the woods. And let me tell you, it wasn't your typical camping spot. These pine branches were no match for the sheer power of this elusive creature. No hatchet, no saw. It was like the Hulk went tree snapping. But hold your noses. This isn't just a story for the campfire. This is real evidence that Bigfoot might just be more than a legend. Creepy humanoid. Up next, we've got a spine-chilling encounter caught on camera. A bizarre and creepy figure roaming the streets of Costa Rica has the whole town buzzing. They call it Lamona. A witch who haunts the night, casting spells and leaving a trail of scratches in her wake. But this isn't any ordinary witch. She's got a scary way of walking on all fours. I mean, imagine bumping into her on a midnight stroll. Yikes! Could this be an alien prankster or a real-life ghoul? Whatever it is, this is one creepy mystery. Just hitching a ride. This trail cam footage caught an epic hitchhiking adventure in action. Picture this, a tiny genet, which is a cross between a cat and a mongoose, decided to hitch a ride on a rhino and a buffalo. Talk about a taxi service upgrade. This genet knows how to travel in style, but why is it using these gentle giants as its own personal Ubers? Maybe it's just too clever for its own good. I mean, who needs to walk when you can ride a buffalo? Keep it up, Genet. You'll definitely get home soon. Killer clown. Here we've got a killer clown on the loose. A creepy clown was seen strolling through the woods in Michigan, giving everyone the death scares. It's like a clown gone rogue with a mask that screams, "I'm up to no good." Can we all agree that clowns should stick to birthday parties and leave our forest alone? This creepy trend has spread like wildfire worldwide, but we're not laughing. Just a close-up of his face is giving me the creeps. What about you? The Georgia Screamer. It's now time to meet the Georgia Screamer, a creature that will send shivers down your spine. True, it may be an actor in a unitard, but that doesn't mean we can't get a good scare from it. The sounds it makes are straight out of a horror movie, like those clickers from The Last of Us.
Run, run!
Even the bravest among us wouldn't dare mess with such a terrifying sight. Will we ever know what this nightmare-inducing creature really is? Perhaps not. But one thing's for sure, this video's a hit. Mysterious Bigfoot encounter. You've probably heard tales of Bigfoot, the legendary ape-like creature rumored to roam North America's forests. Since the 19th century, people have shared countless stories and sightings, though concrete evidence remains elusive. However, one trail cam might have finally captured the elusive beast, as the camera recorded a serene, snowy scene. An ape-like figure emerged, unaware of being watched. The grainy footage showed the mysterious creature walking before vanishing into the forest. Could this be real proof of Bigfoot's existence? The debate continues, and this eerie footage adds to the enigma of the elusive Sasquatch. Lions enter campsite. Imagine camping in Brazil, surrounded by friends, when suddenly curious lions enter your campsite. Heart-stopping, right? Thankfully, the lions were more curious than menacing. The trail cam captured the chilling encounter of these wild felines exploring the campsite. Faro Fino and his friends watched in awe as the majestic male lion peeked into their tent, leaving them breathless with fear. It's a reminder that we share the wilderness with nature's apex predators, and at times their curiosity can put us on edge. But fear not, they soon left, leaving the campers in awe of the incredible encounter. Just imagine being that close to royalty of the jungle. Forgotten bunker. Have you heard about those creepy abandoned bunkers scattered around the world? It's like a treasure hunt for urban explorers. And this time, we've got a forgotten one hidden deep in the Scottish woods. It's got history oozing from its concrete walls. Experts think it could have housed Churchill's secret army, ready to defend the homeland during World War II. Can you imagine? Soldiers bunkering down for months, ready for action. But hold up, there's still more of these secret shelters waiting to be discovered. Who knows what other mysteries are hiding in the wilderness just waiting to be found? Bear's spooky heist. In this next cam footage, a black bear was lurking in a homeowner's backyard, assessing the surroundings like a crafty burglar. Once he deems it safe, he embarks on a daring mission to raid the chicken coop. Sniffing around, he tries to figure out how to open the wooden coop. Standing on his hind legs, he searches for any weaknesses. Failing to open it peacefully, desperation sets in, and the bear resorts to force, clawing and biting through the wood. But wait, the homeowner's trail cam has a surprise in store. An alarm system startles the intruder, forcing the bear to retreat into the shadows, leaving the homeowner in awe of the midnight marauder. Albino deer paradise! Welcome to the secret world of Seneca white deer. These stunning all-white deer have found a real-life fortress to call home. On a U.S. Army base in New York, they're protected like true royalty. Imagine being a deer and living in a place with no predators and 10,000 acres to roam. It's like a never-ending buffet of safety and freedom. These rare beauties have flourished for over 6 decades, and the Army's got their backs. So, no venison on the menu here, folks. Just a haven for these magnificent white-tailed deer to frolic and rule the woodland in style. Elusive goblins. Deep in the woods, there lies a realm where goblins roam free. These mischievous little buggers have been haunting us since the Middle Ages, and no one knows where they came from. Europe to Zimbabwe, they've spread their spooky tales far and wide. But have you ever wondered if they're more than just fairy tales? That park ranger's trail camera might have just caught a real goblin on tape. Is this just the beginning of a whole army of goblins lurking out there? Beware, the line between myth and reality may be thinner than you think. The Bear Mirror Showdown. Next up, it's bear versus mirror. Our fierce black bear had a surprise encounter with a mirror left in the woods. He approached it cautiously, sniffing and trying to figure out who that handsome fellow was. But you know what? Bears can be pretty self-conscious too. He didn't know what to make of his reflection, But hey, at least he didn't throw a wild tantrum. We're just glad he found his cool and walked away. Or else the mirror might have had a real tough time. Ghost bird. Imagine mistaking a ghost bird for an innocent piece of wood. Talk about a spooky surprise. This grumpy-looking creature is the great potu, a nocturnal bird known for its eerie camouflaging skills. From Mexico to Brazil, these skeletal birds give you the creeps. But don't worry, they're mostly harmless, living peacefully in their woodland domain. So, next time you spot an odd-looking bird, don't jump to conclusions. It might just be a ghost bird watching over its spooky kingdom. Abandoned car forest. In the heart of a Belgian forest lies an automotive graveyard that puts horror movies to shame. Can you picture cars entangled with tree roots, neon-colored flowers blossoming from engines? It's like a post-apocalyptic scene straight out of Hollywood. But fear not, this eerie spectacle is a testament to nature's power, slowly reclaiming the man-made creations. While some locals find the cars a charming oddity, others are spooked by the never-ending flow of curious tourists. Drive through Google Maps and you'll see it's a sight that'll leave you questioning reality. Tap dancing chimps. Our jungle buddies, the chimpanzees, are turning into tap dancing superstars. Thanks to some clever scientists and a mirror, we've discovered their secret love for dancing. Some chimps are all about grooving to their reflection, showing off their moves like a true dance troupe. But here's the kicker. Not all chimps are dance fans. Some see their reflection as invading rivals. Can't blame them. Mirrors aren't a standard jungle accessory after all. So let's give it up for our dancing chimps. They're taking rhythm to a whole new level. Giant monster wolf. You've seen wolves in the wild, but this beast is a whole new level of terror. Giant monster wolf is right. This massive predator will have you running for cover. That poor dog in the video had a rude awakening when it thought it could bark its way to victory. But the gigantic wolf had other plans. Can you blame it though? I mean, who wouldn't want to chase a tiny pup in their own front yard? And if you think it's just a trick, think again. The quick camera shutdown and the owner's reaction says it all. This is one frightening encounter. Fearless forest thieves. Fearless raccoons are not just sticking to the woods and grasslands anymore. They're invading urban areas too. Their dexterous paws let them open doors and pick locks, making them the ultimate scavengers. Check out this trail cam footage where raccoons discover a treasure trove of snacks. But wait, a buck wants in on the action too. Soon, a fierce showdown unfolds as more raccoons join the party. Though outnumbered, the buck's antlers are powerful weapons. Yet the raccoons live up to their names, running off and returning for more. Bears in a moat. Did you hear about those badass bears taking a dip in a moat? It's not your usual bear encounter, that's for sure. Most bears steer clear of humans or give them a good old warning charge. But not these chillaxing bears. They didn't give a hoot about the rowdy crowd above. All they wanted was some cool moat time fun. And get this, they even bring toys for their little pool party. It's like a private bear resort down there. But let me tell you, there's no line for admission because these bears are the bosses of their moat domain and they won't let anyone mess with their water park. Umatilla vocalizations. You won't believe what's going on in Arizona and Oregon. Mysterious howls are spreading across the country, and it's got everyone baffled. Is it laughter, screaming, or maybe Bigfoot's karaoke night? No one knows for sure. People are calling it the Umatilla vocalizations, and they are as eerie as they come. Even the bravest dudes in town get goosebumps when they hear these spine-chilling sounds. Some say it's Bigfoot himself on the move, spreading his legendary howls from state to state. But who knows? It could just be the world's biggest prankster playing tricks on us all. The Fossa. Alright, let's meet the Fossa. This Madagascar native is no ordinary feline. It's like a sneaky ninja relative of the mongoose. These cats play an essential role in nature's food chain, regulating their prey's populations like a true boss. But don't be fooled by those cute looks. The Fossa has a darker side too. Lemurs, beware! When these Fossas are around, they mean business, and lemurs vanish like magic tricks. Still, we can't help but admire their jungle stealth and the fact that they're exclusive to Madagascar, like a VIP guest list. The Obsessed Leopard. Guess who's the Mir's biggest fan? Drumroll please. It's the leopard! Who knew these wild cats were such big admirers of themselves? This leopard found a mirror in the jungle and went all out, smothering it with affection. He even left some personal touches, coating it with his fur oils like it's a fancy spa treatment. But hey, can you blame him? With those stunning spots and sleek moves, he's the king of the runway. And just in case you're wondering, no, the elephants didn't share the same fascination. They're just too busy being cool giants, not mere fans like our stylish leopard. The Long Island Missing Posters. A hiker stumbled upon a trail of missing persons posters, all with the same face. Now, that's the stuff of nightmares. And the creepy journey didn't end there. It led to a cage with ripped clothes, more posters, and more suspicious liquid. Are we in a crime scene or a Hollywood thriller? Turns out it was just a Halloween prank by some nearby folks. But hey, who needs sleep when you can have an adrenaline-fueled hike, right? So, if you're ever in New York and see a missing poster trail, just follow it to your own horror adventure. The Lansing Deer. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a new star on the dance floor. A deer. Yes, you heard it right. Yellowstone National Park's got some serious dance fever, and it's all thanks to this groovy deer. Trail cams captured the majestic moves of this hoof sensation, leaping and dancing like no one's watching. It's like a woodland ballet with a touch of jazz. Scientists are scratching their heads trying to figure out what's got this deer busting moves. Maybe it's practicing for its debut on Deer's Got Talent. Either way, we're in awe of this dance phenomenon in the wild. UFO floating light. Now, beware the eerie sight that haunted the Mississippi couple. A mysterious UFO, a glowing light from beyond. Their trail cameras captured the spooky moment it appeared, casting an otherworldly glow on a startled deer. They wondered if it was a government drone or something more uncanny. Seeking answers, they turned to friends, but the truth remained vague. The mysterious light left them both fascinated and afraid. Was it aliens or a mere coincidence? The truth will never be known, and the mystifying memory of the hovering light lingers, a spooky tale that chills the spine. Buck sheds its antler. Now, discover the spine-chilling moment an 8-point buck sheds its antlers, caught on camera in the dim forests of Northfield, Vermont. This rare footage captures the mysterious annual occurrence rarely seen by human eyes. Witness the deer grazing amidst the falling apples from a nearby tree before the mysterious shedding begins. As the antlers drop, an eerie sense of transformation engulfs the scene that will leave you in awe. Nature's puzzling ways never cease to astonish, and this hauntingly beautiful event proves that even in the shadows, secrets are waiting to be unveiled. Three-eyed creature. Deep in the woods of Finland, two brave adventurers placed a trail camera, hoping to capture the secrets of the night. Little did they know they'd stumble upon an unsolvable mystery. The camera disappeared overnight, only to be found later in a backyard. And what it captured? A spine-tingling image of a creature with 3 glowing eyes lurking in the shadows. Even Finnish wildlife experts were stumped. What could this unknown apparition be? Join the online frenzy as everyone debates theories on this eerie, spooky enigma hiding in the bushes. Sometimes the trail camera reveals secrets that even the bravest dare not fathom. Scratching and dancing. In the wilds of Prince George, a trail cam caught something extraordinary. A bear dancing! Not in a terrifying way, mind you, but hilariously wobbling up and down a tree to scratch an itch. Mike Costi, the lucky witness, has seen plenty of funny bear antics on his 45-acre property. This bear, not interested in chasing prey, refused to dance to his own rhythm. Bears use trees as personal scratching posts, which gives them a playful and mischievous edge. Remember, if you spot bear scratches in the woods, they might just be dancing the night away instead of seeking a frightful encounter. Rare Wolverine sighting. Hold your breath, for the rarest creature in Yellowstone National Park has been caught on camera. The wolverine, a savage little beast, prowls the cold, high-elevation forest and tundras, leaving behind only whispers of its presence. Capturing a wolverine on a trail cam is like striking gold, and scientists treasure every moment to understand this enigmatic creature's elusive habits. They dwell in low densities and remain largely solitary, making their encounters scarce. Witnessing a wolverine on a trail cam is like peeking into the hidden realms of a mythical world, nature's best-kept secret. The elusive striped rabbit. Ever heard of the Sumatran striped rabbit? No worries if not, because this cutie is a true master of hide-and-seek. This rare rabbit is so weird that it's only been spotted on camera a handful of times. Talk about being camera shy. Living high up in the mountain forest of Sumatra, it's like they've got their own VIP club up there. Scientists are scratching their heads trying to figure out more about these chalk-colored bunnies with dark brown stripes. But hey, they're making progress one trail cam at a time. So, let's keep those cameras rolling, and who knows what other surprises we'll find. The haunted house door. The brave policemen were on a mission to bust some drug operation, but little did they know they'd encounter something far more spine-chilling. As they entered the creepy old house, the front door started slamming like a possessed poltergeist was having a tantrum. Gulp! They searched high and low for the cause, but found nothing. Creepy! But it didn't end there. As they hurriedly made their exit, something behind them shattered into pieces, sending shivers down their spines. Was it a ghost? A prankster? Either way, they were out of there faster than a bolt of lightning. Unknown nighttime predator. Somewhere in the wilderness, another potential werewolf was caught on camera. A lady searching for her lost dog found herself face to face with a frightful creature emerging from the darkness, walking on its hind legs like a wolf man. The lady's flashlight offered a glimpse of its eerie features, but the creature quickly vanished into the shadows. The blurry footage left everyone speculating about the nature of the mysterious creature. Was it truly a werewolf, or was something else lurking in the woods? The encounter left a lingering sense of uncertainty. The Masked Man. Once upon a spine-chilling time, a trail camera captured some of the eeriest footage ever seen. A masked man with an unsettling mask that sent shivers down spines was spotted late at night, crawling on his knees through the dark forest. The mysterious figure stirred questions and fears. Why was he wandering all alone in the dead of night? The video went viral, leaving viewers both intrigued and trembling. The enigma of the masked man remains unsolved, forever haunting those who dare to watch. Spooky encounter in the cave. A group of adventurous souls ventured into a mysterious cave, camera rolling to document their epic journey. Little did they know that their chilling encounter awaited. As they explored the dark caverns, they spotted a black figure crouched nearby. Was it a friend or foe? They quickly realized this wasn't just some furry friend, but a hairy creature with intentions far from friendly. Yeek! It was like a scene from a hair-raising horror flick. They hightailed it out of there, but the haunting encounter left them with more questions than answers. What did they stumble upon in those murky depths? Bigfoot Shy sighting. Our next trail cam encounter takes us on to Ontario, Canada, where a group of folks were chilling by a lake when something hair-raising happened. Out of nowhere, this massive hairy creature pops up and tries to play hide and seek with them. Was it Bigfoot? The evidence sure points in that direction. Bigfoot sightings are no joke, and this could be the real deal. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, it's hard to deny the thrill of wondering what might be lurking out there in the great unknown. Strange figure in the snow. Moving on, gather around for a mysterious creature sighting caught on tape. A group of adventurers in Spain stumbled upon something in the snowy wilderness. Zoom in, folks, cause it's an odd one. A tall, hairy figure making its way through the snow, walking on its two legs. But wait, there's more! This mysterious being seems to be armless, like a furry bipedal explorer in the Arctic. Is it some cryptid? A stray yeti? Or just a prankster in a furry costume? Your guess is as good as ours. The Window Watcher Mystery. Brace yourselves, thrill seekers, for a bone-chilling TikTok adventure. Picture this, a spooky abandoned flat with something lurking in the window. Cue the X-Files music. We've got a strange, pale face with hollow eyes peeking from behind the curtains. Well, it's like a horror movie come to life. This faceless enigma quickly hides when it's caught on camera, leaving us with more questions than answers. Could it be a ghostly squatter? A bandaged specter? The bonehead's bone-chilling discovery keeps us guessing. So folks, lock your windows and check your curtains. You never know who's watching you in the darkness. Ghostly wanderer in the woods. Now, strap in for some paranormal action. Our next footage takes us deep into the woods, where an outdoorsy fella set up a trail cam near a trail. Sounds normal, right? Not so fast. Check out that eerie whitish shadow lurking in the background. Can you say spooky? It's like a ghostly wanderer haunting the woods. Some skeptics call it a glitch, but come on, that's no technical malfunction. It's like Casper decided to go camping. You be the judge, real or just a trick of the light? The enigmatic mystery creature. Next up, we've got something straight out of the Twilight Zone here. A trail cam captured a creature that's an enigma wrapped in a riddle. Okay, the video quality isn't too good, but that just adds to the spookiness. What is that thing crawling in the grass? It looks like a man, but no human moves like that. Could it be some paranormal critter lost in our realm? Or perhaps it's a rare species that science hasn't even heard of yet. Whatever it is, it keeps us guessing and sends shivers down our spines. Spooky swamp monster unmasked. Ever seen a creature that looks like an alligator, but not quite? Check out this footage that's been giving us the creeps. Some say it's a cryptid, an undiscovered species. Others argue it's just a wonky gator with a bad case of the uglies. But no matter what it is, it's enough to haunt your dreams. Imagine strolling through the woods, minding your own business, and suddenly this thing starts chasing after you. Shudder! We've got a photo comparison, and let me tell you, it's like comparing a rock star to an alien. Is this a relic from the past, or just Mother Nature playing dress-up with a gator suit? You decide. Russian Bigfoot sighting. A group of kids got way more than they bargained for during their snowy adventure. As they followed massive footsteps, they stumbled upon a tall, hairy humanoid lurking in the distance. They froze, fearing it was a bear, but as they stared longer, they knew they were face to face with a tall, hairy creature that seemed all too familiar. Bigfoot himself. Eek! No running shoes would have saved those kids from the adrenaline pumping through their veins. Did they really witness the legendary forest dweller? What's your verdict, brave investigators? Have you ever caught anything weird on a trail? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and also subscribe to my channel.